Inspirational.
What's going on, YouTube? I just realized that I wasn't added to my own stream.
Yeah, bro, I was like, what's happening here?
I just realized I wasn't added to my own stream, but
Yeah, like this been going for okay then. Yeah, cool.
anyway, wasn't added to the stream, but I got my man Kush, aka the Hub. We're gonna just do pretty much a watch along.
Yeah.
We have nobody here yet, but we'll do a watch along. And
Share it out. Let me retweet it and put it on community post as well. Stafford would damn. I thought that was about to be a deep bomb.
So I had the Bucks.
You're watching on your TV, I'm assuming, right?
I'm watching on the TV, so I'm probably
you're gonna be ahead of me by a good 20 seconds.
Okay. At least that's only 20 seconds.
20 seconds is a lot though.
Yeah, it is, but I've been behind before by like 30, 40 seconds, like 2 minutes sometimes when I get on those streams. Right now, they're reading the Buccaneers defense out.
I'll say this. Listen, so Diggy got the Bucks. I got the Rams. We're both have been undefeated in our playoff bracket so far.
Exactly. Something's got to give.
Something's got to give. But listen, all I'm going to say is Matt Stafford, this is his year, bro. This is his year to get to a conference championship because I think the 49ers are going to the Super Bowl. But still, this is his year, man.
I don't think.
Listen, bro, Tom Brady, like I said yesterday, he getting his back blown out by this Buccaneers defense, man. This man
I don't know if that's a
he can't get a pass out without somebody being in his face.
Yeah, I mean, Brady is going to do what Brady always does, which is just win. I'm
sorry, I think you meant Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, he wins too because he's a disciple of Tom Brady. He's got the winning down. He just doesn't have the being a good quarterback down.
Did you see the stat? I literally just retweeted a couple minutes ago. Jimmy Garoppolo in playoff games is 3-0 when he doesn't pass a touchdown.
Yeah, that's the funniest part. Look at
Makes
Stafford.
no sense.
Speaking of being under pressure,
I'm about to see this. Let's see.
Todd Bowles is doing really good with that defense.
He's in the head coaching cycle again.
Yeah, he's. I think we're gonna interview him.
We've interviewed a lot of people. We interviewed the even the Bengals defensive coordinator. I think it was yesterday or it's gonna be today or something. But like I saw something about that.
Yeah, that's weird because there was I was actually watching an episode of Talking Giants and they were saying that we couldn't interview people until after they get out of
Eliminated.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if that still applies, but if it does, then that means we're waiting until after the Super Bowl,
basically,
to interview the Bengals defensive coordinator after the Bengals go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I was like, and the Bengals, they have a good defense in the playoffs this year. I'm just like, not a name I expected them to go after.
He's not so amazing of a defensive coordinator.
Exactly.
Where I'm like, he needs to be the head coach.
And I gotta ask you, right? It's like talking about Todd Bowles and like specifically former. Oh, look, he just screamed at the ref. Specifically, like head coaches that were once like a coordinator. They failed at being a head coach, go back to being a coordinator, and now they're back in the coaching cycle. Like, how do you feel about them? Do you feel like they're gonna have a better time as the second time head coach or something like that?
I can't.
It could be Todd Bowles. It could be Leslie Frazier, who's another guy we interviewed. Any guy like that.
Yeah, both of those two kind of make me think about it. I'm gonna tweet out this link, but both of these two kind of make me think that they could be good coaches because. I mean, he was the coach of the Jets with a horrible GM. The same thing with Leslie Frazier was actually pretty successful when he was a coach. He kind of got fired because they were kind of average.
Oh, I feel like you cut yourself off or something. Were you done?
I was done. I was saying that pretty much Leslie Frazier got fired because they were really average.
Mm-hmm.
Todd Bowles kind of got fired because the Jets were the Jets.
Mm-hmm. And where are you right now in terms of the Giants head coach? Like, do you have a preference of an offense or defensive guy, or just like as long as the opposite coordinator could do his job, you're fine?
I have a strong preference for an offensive guy. As far as the defense goes, I mean, I would rather a former head coach if we were hiring a defensive guy, a guy that's hired a good offensive coordinator before. That's why I don't really have problems with hiring Dan Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
Only because not that he's my first choice, but only because Dan Quinn has experience like looking for a good offensive coordinator and he knows what one looks like.
Leslie
As far
Frazier,
as
who was Leslie Frazier's offensive coordinator in like 2010, 11, and
I
12 and stuff like
cannot
that?
remember. Let me look up the name. I have the name in my head. I just can't remember the exact name. Let's see. Leslie Frazier. Have it in my head. I think he had like because he was there with Brett Favre. Let's see, when he was the head coach, 2011 Vikings. Bill Musgrave. So yeah, it was Bill Musgrave. I don't actually remember that name at all. Like, I
Neither
don't
do I.
actually
That
remember
doesn't
like
ring. That doesn't ring a any type of whatchamacallit bells for me.
what's going on, Taj.
Yo, what up, Taj? Oh, did
But
you tweet it out? Let me retweet.
yeah, I got to tweet it out.
But every time I see Ndamukong Suh, I keep thinking about Gerald McCoy, and I find it hilarious that Gerald McCoy left the Bucks, and Ndamukong Suh came to the Bucks, and Gerald McCoy, the lifetime Buck, didn't get a ring, but Ndamukong Suh did. That's kind of funny.
The funniest part is like I would have never expected these Bucks people like they would have never gotten a Super Bowl if they didn't get Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm. Gerald McCoy got to feel some type of way as well, bro. He's like, wow, I left. They replaced me with a guy that plays very similar to me and is literally wearing my number.
That's the funniest
Super Bowl.
Except, yeah, I mean, I would guess that Ndamukong Suh was probably the better player, but yeah, it's kind of.
They were both taken in 2010 too, weren't they?
Gerald McCoy, maybe 2011. I
So
guess
Gerald
maybe
McCoy,
what?
yeah,
I
Gerald
remember
McCoy
Ndamukong Suh was like really hyped.
Gerald
coming out
McCoy
of
was the
college.
third overall pick in 2010, and then Ndamukong Suh was the second overall pick in 2010. They literally went back to back.
Because I remember
went
Sam
back to
Bradford
back.
went first. It was either Sam Bradford. Yeah, Sam Bradford, I'm pretty sure, went first that year.
Mm-hmm. Yo, Ndamukong Suh he's built, bro. He got like tough arms.
Yeah, that dude is like he's just a huge human being. Like he's just like, I think he's what, like 6'6" or 6'5" and like 300 something. Yeah.
Yeah, like we say that Aaron Donald's a big dude, and he is, but like Ndamukong Suh is like huge.
Aaron Donald, man, like, and people love to just be like, well, why don't you fight him then? That's not my point. Aaron Donald is like the biggest boogeyman in sports. Like people act like the dude isn't a human being. Like there's not a whole bunch of other 300-pound men like on the field. They're like, yeah, you should be scared of Aaron Donald. I'm like, why should these offensive linemen be scared of Aaron Donald? They outweigh him by like 30 pounds. Like, what's the point? Like, of course, like an average human that's just walking down the street is probably smaller than Aaron Donald, but these guys are all his size. It's not a race. And Aaron Donald gets that pressure right there on the screen. Leonard Fournette is kind of had like, I don't really know how to describe Leonard Fournette's career right now.
Mm-hmm.
We got the heavyweight champion of the world.
Woo! Ric Flair, man.
This dude comments on every single one of my videos saying "woo," and like
Bro,
I think the woo gets longer every comment.
I want to know who is running the account, honestly, because he keeps it up, man. Shout out to Ric Flair.
Oh, Look at Tom Brady, so inspirational.
Nah, you didn't just say that, man. Nah, you
This
can't
dude
say
Tom
that for
Brady is
Brady,
so
man.
inspirational.
You listen, you could
Did
say
you
it
just see it? Did
for
you just
Joe
see that?
Burrow because I support Joe Burrow, but you can't say it for Brady, man.
Tom Brady stepped up in the pocket. That man is the best quarterback in the pocket of all time. He
I
shouldn't
beg
be
to
able to
differ.
make these dudes miss.
I beg to
Why is he?
differ.
Why is Tom Brady making these people miss?
Listen, they're scared to hit him before they get that 15-yard penalty, man.
So, what do you think about Byron Leftwich as head coach?
Has he had any let me actually look up Byron Leftwich's
This is
like
his
I
first
guess
time being
career.
offensive coordinator.
That's what I was about to say, right?
And what do you think about Raheem Morris as head coach? There's a lot of head coaching candidates that are still in the playoffs.
So as a coach, why are they not? Okay, so he was with the Cardinals as the quarterbacks coach in 17 and 18. He was the interim offensive coordinator for the Cardinals in 2018.
Yeah, he's been with no. Bruce Arians wasn't there anymore in 2018.
Yeah. And then he's been with the Bucs since 19 as an offensive coordinator. So obviously I understand why he's in the head coaching cycle. It's just let me look at some of the Bucs offensive stats, I guess.
Well, the Bucs since he's taken over has been like the best or top 3 offenses in the league. Now, I'm one of the people who like think the same thing as some people think with Eric Bieniemy and Mike McDaniel. Is like how much of that offense is Bruce Arians and how much of it is Byron Leftwich.
And in addition to that, you got to add in how much is Brady as well.
Exactly, and how much because Brady changed that offense a lot because they pretty much were running like an offense similar to Eli with Kevin.
Because if we go back to 2019, which is when he got there, they still had Jameis, right? And in 2019. Are they gonna show me what in the world? This Buccaneers passing offense. Where is it? Are they gonna show me where it's ranked, bro? They're not gonna show me anything, are they? Team stats. Okay, so it was 4,800 yards passing. Oh yeah, that was a Jameis 30 for 30 year.
It was a 30 exactly.
Yeah, 33 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. So they were up there in terms of passing offense, and then where's their rushing? That 1,500 yards rushing that year. That's actually really, really good.
Yeah, as far as actual production, they've been at the top since he's taken over consistently.
Yeah, they have because the very next year Brady was 42-12, I think it was, and the rushing yards continue to be around that 1,500 mark, which is really nice. And it continues again this year. Brady had 5,200. He had 5,200 passing yards this year. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he had a ton.
With 43-12. So, I mean, listen, obviously his offense is, producing a lot, but
it just makes you just think like
there's not one big question like Eric Bieniemy. Actually, no, there is 2 big questions because people forget Mahomes is over there. Yeah, there's 2 big questions for both guys like Leftwich and Bieniemy, man.
Exactly.
Is it you or is it the guy that we know has been an offensive mastermind in the league for years? And does the fact that you have one of the greatest quarterbacks in the game and the greatest quarterback of all time do anything with it?
And that's the same thing. Like with every single one of these guys, Kyle Shanahan is going to go down as one of the greatest offensive minds because he's using his dad's offense, except he made it even better, which is like already like an unstoppable offense. And then Andy Reid is completely, I mean, I guess he took the Mike Holmgren, the Mike Holmgren offense. And Andy Reid's offense is like ridiculous to where half of the league is running that offense. And then the same thing with Bruce Arians. Not as many teams run Bruce Arians' offense, but wherever Bruce Arians has been, they've been really good on offense as far as like getting a bunch of yards. So it just makes you think like how involved is he? And I think they interviewed Bruce Arians about it, and Bruce Arians was like, I'm pissed that he hasn't gotten a head coaching job. But yeah, it's just hard to he was pissed that Leftwich hadn't gotten a job yet.
So this is what I'll say because people will always point to we asked the question how much is Arians, how much is Leftwich, and that question still stands for what I'm about to say because people always say that this offense isn't as risk taking as what he was known for in Arizona. Like you don't see the quote unquote no risk it, no biscuit as much anymore. And they're like, what if that is influence of Byron Leftwich? I'm like, that's fair. That's just one aspect of it though.
Exactly. Like, yeah, it's just tough because like those people have to deserve some amount of credit because they're offensive coordinator, but it's just I almost wouldn't want to like I almost would look to work with like an offensive mastermind as like how Mike McDaniel used to be the run game coordinator or the quality control assistant or something, and then like try to go somewhere else to become offensive coordinator because like you kind of get trapped right there because people don't know how good you are. Because like Mike McDaniel, I heard the other day. Now I don't think he is, but if he is, like he's not getting any credit for it. I heard the other day that Mike McDaniel was calling plays. So like someone said that Mike McDaniel was calling plays, but of course when anybody
If
watches
that's
the
the
49ers,
case, I mean that was bro, wasn't that the worst offensive game under Kyle Shanahan by the 49ers?
no, like he's been calling plays all year. That's what somebody was saying.
Okay.
So I don't know if they're doing what they do with Bieniemy to where Bieniemy calls like 60% of the plays and Andy Reid calls 40%. I don't know how they do that, but
I was like, yeah, how does that work? They're like, all right, bro, you take this drive. Like, what?
yeah. But like, like when the Chiefs have a good game or when the 49ers have a good game, they're like, Shanahan's offense is just ridiculous or Andy Reid's offense is unstoppable. So like they never get that credit.
Hey, what up, Sober Party? How you doing, man?
What's going on, Sober Party? We got the Get Back with Aston Griffith in the chat. Yeah, I need to tweet.
Let's go, bro. The Rams about to send Brady into retirement.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I just can't see Matt Stafford beating Tom Brady.
Do you see the score, man? Do you see the score right now, bro?
I see the score, but I just can't see Matt Stafford beating Tom Brady in a meaningful game.
Sorry, bro. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
The last time I made the mistake of basically writing Tom Brady off, I didn't even write Tom Brady off that year. I can't remember the last time I've done it. When they were down 28-3 and I saw Twitter like was going crazy, I was literally tweeting out like over and over again to people, it's still halftime. There's an entirely new half to go.
Oh, word?
Tom Brady is just built different. Like he's literally built
I'm not
different.
gonna deny that.
Like,
but you gotta be built a certain type of different to survive this Rams defense, man.
28-3, man. Like everything else is easy after that.
Explain the Nick Foles game then.
The Nick Foles game, Brady went over 500. Bill Belichick.
Nah, you said everything
game.
comes easy. You said everything comes easy after that, bro, and they lost.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the only person that could beat Tom Brady back then was Bill Belichick.
Do you believe in the theory that Belichick tanked that game?
Yes, I believe in that wholeheartedly.
Why
Have you met like I haven't met Bill Belichick, but basically, Bill Belichick seems like a spiteful person. He seems like he would lose a Super Bowl on purpose just to get Tom Brady to leave because he wanted to keep Jimmy G.
That's so weird, man, because it's like you have the best thing going in football, and then like they literally just didn't continue.
Yeah, they both have just like huge egos. So like at that point, it wasn't going to work out. And yeah, I mean, why did he bench Malcolm Butler?
Yeah, I know. I get that too. Like that was, I definitely was watching that and I was questioning that as well. I'm like, why isn't Malcolm Butler playing? And they used some type of weird excuse, like he got in an argument with him or something like that. Some weird excuse.
Like the rumors said that, but Bill Belichick never said anything about it. Oh my God! Oh yeah, that's bad. Yeah, they Todd Bowles can't come to my team. Not me.
Yeah, Matt Stafford doing that work, ain't he? He putting in work, ain't he? What's happening?
Not me.
I know that man putting in some work.
That Todd Bowles on my team. that man just completely gives up way too many big plays.
I remember the Rams are playing without Andrew Whitworth. They got the backup tackle in there.
Yeah, they've been under pressure. What just happened though? Is that coming back? I got it muted. Oh, okay. I have no idea what happened, but it was some type of penalty, but the touchdown still counts.
Listen, bro. Look at Matt Stafford pushing P, bro, with Cooper Kupp, the best wide
Cooper
receiver
Cup
in the
is
the best wide
hilarious.
receiver in the league, bro.
Like nobody would have expected Cooper Cup to come close to breaking Calvin Johnson's.
And the
One
thing
thing
is, he
about
came.
Matthew
He
Stafford
came.
is that he'll
The thing
get
is,
the
he came
receiver the
close in what
ball.
in like 14 or 15 games because he missed a couple of games this year. So you can't even use like the 17 game excuse in my opinion.
14. I think he played the whole season.
Nah, he missed a couple of games. We could let me look at it right now. Cooper Kupp stats.
I didn't think he missed. I thought Nick Bosa was the one that missed games.
Where's Pro Football Reference when you need it? Just to make sure before I.
I'm
don't get
looking at it.
something wrong.
He started all the games.
You're right. He did start the games.
It was Nick
Oh,
Bosa.
I see what people was talking about.
Is
That's dumb. No, okay. So
Yeah.
So they're talking about there was like a game where he had like where is it? Yeah. That was definitely somebody else I was thinking about.
Yeah, I was thinking that you were probably talking about Nick Bosa because not Nick Bosa, TJ Watt.
Yeah, because
Because
TJ,
Watt
that was
missed
the
like
other
4
record this
games.
year. Yeah,
Missed like
that was
3
the
or
other
4 games or
record.
something, yeah.
Yeah,
And he tied Michael Strahan's record. And I'm like, I don't know
actually
why
thought he was
Giants
gonna
fans
break
are
it.
trying to cap. Like Giants fans are capping like they didn't watch Brett Favre lie down to give Michael Strahan the record.
I legitimately thought he was gonna break it by like 2 or 3 sacks because he
He
got
would have
that.
breaking it. He would have
He
breaking
tied
that
it like
record by like 5
he tied
sacks
it
if
in
he
the
played the whole
exactly.
year.
He tied it like either a game before or the beginning of the last game or something like that. And I was like, oh, he's gonna go over by like 2 or 3 sacks, but he didn't.
Jamal, tell us about. Are you talking about? We only asked this about minority coaches as far as like how much of the credit do they get?
No, we literally asked it about Mike
Because if you
McDaniel
mean
just now.
that, we just asked it about Mike McDaniel too. It's a legitimate question. Like when you have an offensive mastermind at head coach, it's
You don't need
kind
to
of hard
turn.
to
You don't need
know.
to turn on your camera for Jamal to see who you are, bro.
I think he knows who I am. Probably knows who I am by now if he's on the channel. But either way, it's a legitimate question in my opinion. Because now I do
There's
think
also
part of
you
it.
look around the league. There's also just a whole bunch, like a good handful of minority coaches that are
Yeah.
coordinators. Like
Yeah,
almost
and the
everybody
thing
we've
is, though,
interviewed is minority.
yeah, the thing is though, the only argument I would have that supports his argument is that that Mike McDaniel has been an offensive coordinator for a season and he's getting the head coaching interviews, and he got a head coaching interview last year before he became an offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
And he's getting these interviews, and Byron Leftwich hasn't gotten an interview, and he's been offensive coordinator for like
for
4
3
years.
years. Yeah,
Yeah,
3 to
3 or
4
4
years.
years. So that's something that's an argument you could definitely make.
And
But
I
as
agree with
far as
that
right
one.
now,
I
yeah,
don't see the hype at all about Mike McDaniel because of his lack of experience. I'm like, this man is still
all of
his
yeah, all
coaching
of the
resume
hype
is
is
so
because
young.
of Sean McVay. Sean McVay pretty much ruined the league because he's a good coach, and everybody thinks that like if you just get a young coach that has like a good offense, that you just become one of the best teams in the league. But you actually have to still be a good head coach too. Like
Mhm.
people just completely like ignore the fact that Sean McVay is an actual good coach.
Also, I will say this: the immediate coaches that came out of his tree or related to him, I guess you could say,
Yeah, they're
have
all
worked
pretty
out.
good.
Yeah, like Zach
Besides
Taylor's working out
Mike
for the
LaFleur.
Bengals.
But Mike
Besides who?
LaFleur is trying to. I said besides Mike LaFleur, but he's kind of still getting his feet
Where's
wet
Mike LaFleur at?
for the Jets, the
For the
offensive
Jets, right?
coordinator.
Yeah, oh yeah, because I was about to say Zach Taylor's worked out. Matt LaFleur has worked
yeah.
out,
He
even
would
though
have a
he's
couple
a
Super
choker.
Bowls if he had a better quarterback.
I agree with that completely. And then there's somebody else as well, that's from that McVay coaching tree that has also worked out like
Wait,
immediately.
go back. You said
I said Zach
Matt
Taylor
LaFleur,
and Matt
Zach
LaFleur.
Taylor.
I know there's somebody
Uh,
else.
let's see. I think that's it. I mean, I think those are the main three guys that was in Washington. It was Shanahan, Sean McVay, and Matt LaFleur. They were all three in Washington, and that was the funniest part because I was like, it's so easy for Washington to move the ball when they had RG3, and they let every single one of those people go. That was just the funniest thing to me.
That's a hilarious profile picture. I'll say that. I mean, yo,
That's
Mr. Liquid, Mr.
That's
Liquid,
just one of
listen,
those
bro.
times where I'm like, should I? Like, I don't know.
Mr. Liquid, bro. Just go watch some college football and tell me if you see any good white quarterbacks, bro. That's all I'm gonna ask you, bro. Just go watch some college football real quick. You see any good white quarterbacks out there, man?
See Jason Sehorn.
Oh man.
I know my friend is mad right now.
What is he, a Bucs fan?
He's a Tom Brady fan.
Oh.
He's like I'm a Tom Brady fan as far as like I just like Tom Brady as a player, but he's a Tom Brady
about
fan.
You or your friend?
No, my friend. He's a Tom Brady fan the way that I'm a Joe Burrow fan.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's probably pissed that they're down right now. Like every time the game gets every time the Bucs go down or Tom Brady goes down, he just disappears. Like for the Super Bowl, I was texting him and he just disappeared, and then he came back at the end of the game and was like he was just he was praying or something. He had to go.
He started a vigil.
Exactly. What's going on, Greeny? I haven't seen Greeny in a while. I think Greeny was the guy who was like, get rid of DJ.
Oh, is KB in here? I don't see him anywhere, Jamal.
I don't know. Is that KB's burner account? Is he just telling
Jamal Martin, bro? Is his burner account?
Is somebody playing Call of Duty in the background?
Who asked that?
That's what I asked.
Oh, you talking about my background?
Yeah. It sounded like somebody was like playing.
I was about to say my mic isn't picking on anything up because when I stop talking, I'm looking at the meter right now.
Oh wow. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, my mic drops all the way down. I have the noise gate on it.
I just kind of played around with the sliders and I just left it there for my mic.
Well, what sliders? Like, what mic do you have?
I have what is that called? I got this like a year ago. Give me a second because I'm still like trying to set my setup. Hopefully by halftime I'll actually be on camera, but pretty sure it is. I'll be able to look at it in a second. But I usually, for like the videos I record, I can like set it in OBS and my mic is like coming through a filter, but on streams I don't get that option.
What you could do, because what I did, because I have OBS open right now with the filters, is I installed virtual cables, and so I set the OBS output to the virtual cable, and my input on StreamYard is also the virtual cable. But in order for it to work,
you basically did it like how you can use the virtual cam.
Yeah, exactly.
For the microphone. Okay.
I just did it for the mic, so you got to have OBS open and running.
Yeah, I got my virtual camera on right now. See.
I'm not gonna lie, a couple of Stafford's incompletions have been so bad. This man's throwing the ball super high, super overthrown for a couple of them.
Yeah. But since we got Greeny in here, and he's the anti-DJ guy, Greeny, what's your plan for quarterback this offseason? And I mean that like literally, not even like sarcastically at all. And while Greeny is thinking, what's your plan for quarterback this offseason?
So I kind of beaten it to a dead horse over on like my streams, but like I don't have one single plan. I could see us going a couple of ways. I could see us trading and or cutting, but I think trade is definitely the better thing. Trading DJ if we can for any type of picks or whatever we could get back, and getting a cheap bridge. I could see us trading him in order to draft somebody like Malik Willis. But I don't know. In my opinion, I think the smartest thing to do is to keep him and use him as the bridge because he's gonna cost like $8 million next year, and just build up the lines that's both defensive and offensive, and go into the next year's draft and try and get a quarterback. But like,
Yeah.
there's every single option that I just listed. Like, they're each viable options.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. It's not really anything I'm like, this needs to happen or I'll be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really think of anything that they could do at quarterback. Like, even if they just like started Mike Glennon or something, I'd be like, okay, they're
Oh, they
obviously tanking.
started. Yeah, I was
I
about
mean,
to
I would
start
know that
Mike
they would be
Glennon.
tanking for a better
If
quarterback.
they started,
So.
if they started Mike Glennon, I know we're getting that first overall pick, man.
Cooper Kupp just won you 200. Finally, man. I'm happy for you finally because you were sending us like the results of your bets for a while, and that was
Bro, I told this
I
man
was
he needs
feeling
to
bad
stop
for you
doing those bets, man. He's addicted.
doing those prop bets. Yeah, Rodgers definitely needs to retire.
That man needs to retire for a while ago, but he should have just left the NFL when he threw the hissy fit this offseason with everything.
So he's starting to lean towards taking two best players available in the first, then grabbing either Willis, Strong, or Howell in the second. I'm not a Carson Strong or Sam Howell fan, but I definitely would look to take Malik Willis if he was there in the second round,
I
just
just don't
because
think he's
like
going
the
to be.
ceiling is super high. But I
I just
honestly
don't
think
think
he's going to
I
go top 15 just because of the ceiling. Like I
I
don't
was
think
gonna
he'll be
say
ready to play.
I don't think he's gonna be in the second, man. He's gonna be gone.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be ready to play like first year. And if he does, he's going to look horrible. But yeah, I mean, he's gonna make a bunch of people miss and stuff. But as far as throwing it, I think he'll be horrible the first year throwing it. But in the future, that dude could be amazing. But if he lasted to like 25, I would think about trading up for him.
This is what I'll say. Because I don't know where he's gonna go, but I feel like this man needs to go like later in the first round. He needs to go to something like the Steelers or the Saints, even the
Yeah.
Broncos maybe, and I feel like he'll be set up for success because
Yeah,
those
he
teams are
needs to go
already a bit
somewhere
more
with
built.
stability.
Yeah.
Let's see, Buccaneers offense, third down conversion. All right, let's see if the Bucs can convert on third down, 3rd and 7. Brady to Evans across the middle. First down. Yeah, Ramsey always puts Mike Evans in a box, but he got free that time. If we get Dable, I'm fully on the Willis train. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad if we took Willis at 5 if we have an offensive coordinator that's good. Because, like, if you think that that's your franchise quarterback, just take him. Like, there's no point in trying to be cute about it.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, yeah, that's why we have 2 first-round picks. So it's not like how good I think Kadarius Toney is going to be. I think he was worth the 11th overall pick. So once you factor that in, if we just waste the pick on a quarterback, we can afford to do it because we got value last year, and the pick that we take besides Malik Willis in the top 10 this year will probably be a really good like offensive lineman. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have any problem with that.
Now, what do you think? Because Ash is in here and he's brought this idea up to me a couple times, and I'm just not feeling it. I would definitely be okay if we take a lineman and a linebacker like N'Kobe Dean, but Ash has been trying to sell me on a lineman and then taking Kyle Hamilton. How do you feel about that?
So I was in a group chat and we were arguing about this for like 2 hours. Basically, Kyle Hamilton. Oh, look at Tom Brady step up in the pocket. That man is a monster. Look at, oh my God. That wasn't even Tom Brady. Eric Weddle needs to go back into retirement. He has no business out there.
I forgot they signed him back.
Von Miller in his advanced age. Donovan Smith no-sold the block. Brady stepped up, got it to Mike Evans. after he committed offensive pass interference on Jalen Ramsey, and then he just stiff-armed him. Brady is getting that ball out.
So yeah,
I went to look back at I actually got to make a video. You know Panthers Nation podcast, their channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to make a video for them. They were like asking about McAdoo. And I was just looking back, and Eli was getting rid of the ball in 2.3 seconds every play.
Which year are you talking about? Because in 2016,
his
he was getting rid of the ball.
His first year with McAdoo.
I remember in 2016, he was getting rid of the ball in like record time. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, like 2.3 seconds. And people really try to say that man wasn't an elite quarter. You just can't function in the offense just throwing the ball that fast and not be an elite quarterback. Like, it makes you unsackable. Yeah, Von Miller just hit Brady in the helmet. That's definitely a penalty. I don't think they called it, though. I would definitely do that. I would definitely put out all of the feelers saying that I was interested in the quarterback. I would definitely be telling, especially because there's definitely a lot of people in the Giants building that like to talk around the league and talk to reporters. So I would go into those meetings with Chris Pettit and all of those people who.
He needs to be gone, bro. What are you talking about with Chris Pettit?
That's a dime.
Isn't Shane supposed to have like full control of the entire thing? So shouldn't he fire Chris Pettit, man?
Yeah, but they're probably going to keep a lot of those people in there because they already did 75% of the work for this first draft. They're probably going to fire them like after this draft. That was a really good catch by Fournette.
So yeah, Kyle Hamilton.
Oh yeah, Kyle Hamilton. I mean, the dude can basically play. I mean, every single year it's Tom Brady's lip blade. He's yelling in the ref's face. But every single year there's a player that Giants fans like that, like, he can do this, he can do this, he can do this, he can do this.
Bro, it was Isaiah Simmons at one point.
Kyle Pitts.
I forgot who it was in 2020.
Kyle Pitts and Michael Parsons.
No, because the thing is, when we got Xavier McKinney in the second round, Giants
we were
fans were just saying,
he's basically Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah, he's like Isaiah Simmons, exactly.
Even though
I'm like, every year there's one of these dudes. I just say to myself when I hear about him, and I don't doubt that Kyle Hamilton is a talented safety. I'm just like, so every year there's one of these guys.
Kyle Hamilton probably might be the second best player in the draft, or like first best. Like, in my opinion, he could possibly be the first best player in the draft. It's just that he plays safety. And like, yes, he can move around. Yes, he can also play linebacker and be a blitzing safety. In my opinion, Kyle Hamilton would have to be like a very, very elite coverage safety, plus what Landon Collins was in 2016 for us, where he was like getting all of those sacks and making plays that way. I just think he would have to be like the best of both worlds and make impact plays every game to be worth that pick. And I think he could do it. But I also think we need help on the line. And David Ojabo is probably going to be there, and it's probably going to be like an idea of picking between the two of them, and they just missed the field goal. Wow. Anyway, David Ojabo has a lot of potential because he's athletic, and he could be an elite edge rusher. Even if he's a very good edge rusher, I think that's more valuable than a safety that can play everywhere.
Thank you. I agree. Like, what I was saying is, bro, I'm not taking a safety with a top 10 pick. I'm sorry. It's just, I guess, my philosophy. I'm like, the only defensive players I'm taking with a top 10 pick is a linebacker or an edge rusher, and very, very, very rarely like a defensive tackle or something like that.
I don't even want to take a linebacker that high unless it's Devin White or something. Like, Nakobe Dean, I wouldn't be mad if we took him because he's basically like what I said, like Devin White. He basically is. But even then, like, how many times does a linebacker really turn around a defense without a good defensive line? Like Devin
Exactly.
White has the Bucks. He has Vita Vea right in front of him, and he has Levante David next to him.
Mm-hmm. Bro, it's a little cut media. Stop trying to make the cut on his like lip be bigger than it is. God
They
damn.
love. Remember Tom Brady's finger? How they kept zooming
Yeah.
in on his finger.
But no, I agree with what you're saying. Like, I agree with that philosophy a lot. Like, an edge rusher literally changes. It's such a overused term, but nah, it's true. They can change a defense. They can change a game.
Yeah, like if an edge rusher is like hot, then he's going. He is literally like Madden, where like they get the little X factor thing, and they just come
Hmm.
through every single time.
Hmm.
Like an edge rusher could literally make the quarterback have to move off of his spot every single play. If a safety is hot, you can literally just avoid his part of the field.
Oh, let me go past this other side of the field, bro.
Like if a
Oh,
corner
let me
is
go
hot,
underneath. Yo, let
the
me go
thing is,
underneath.
the reason I would take a corner higher is because they can literally eliminate the number one receiver. But if the
Hmm.
safety is hot, you can find ways to get that number one receiver away from a safety. There's not a safety in the league that travels with the number one receiver. Now, if now he does have the potential too. If you want to say Kyle Hamilton can cover the tight ends, and we've said this about all of these players the last couple of
Hmm.
years, he'll cover the tight end. But Kyle Hamilton actually will cover the tight end. Now, if you want to say that you think that the tight ends are so important that you have to lock them down and you're going to make him follow those tight ends, then you can justify the pick. But I still think it would be more effective for this team to get an edge rusher. Like if we had another like even decent edge rusher besides Aziz, I would be like, okay, that makes perfect sense because he's going to roam all over the place, and McKinney's going to roam all over the place to the point to where pretty much every deep throw will be in danger of being intercepted or broken up because they can cover so much field.
And let me ask you real quick about David Ojabo, right? How good do you think he is if you were to compare him to Aziz right now after Aziz's rookie year where he had 8.5 sacks? And Aziz, we're gonna assume he's gonna improve. Otherwise, I mean, that means our new coaching staff is gonna be terrible if he
Yeah,
doesn't.
that's weird. Aziz, to me, from what I got to look at more of Ojabo, but to me, I like Aziz better as a prospect than David
Hmm.
Ojabo. But David Ojabo has a lot more athleticism, and Aziz is athletic too. But Ojabo is like long
I think
arm.
Ojabo might be stronger.
Yeah, he's stronger. He's got longer arms. He like moves really quickly, so he's got a lot more potential. And like I think he has the potential of the um, the potential of those two edge rushers at the beginning of the draft. I think he has the
Hmm.
same potential as them. He just needs to develop a lot more, and we just don't. The only downside is like you have to depend on him to develop.
And real quick, Sober Party has probably the best joke in
Exactly.
the chat right now.
Exactly.
And then Jamal, you said, what if he's an Ed Reed or Troy Polamalu type safety? I'm gonna just repeat what I've been saying and what Diggy said earlier, because I actually had this conversation with my friend because we were talking about Harrison Smith and how Harrison Smith is low key a Hall of Fame safety. When you look at what
Yeah, when you look at the
he's,
numbers,
you
definitely.
look at the numbers, it's better than Troy Polamalu's. And my friend is like, well, we all know Polamalu's better because his led to wins. I'm like, did his stats lead to wins, or is it the fact that he's on one of the best defenses in
Exactly.
NFL
One of the
history?
best defenses
Like,
in history,
it's
one of the
same
best organizations in
same
history.
thing for Ed Reed, one of the best defenses in history, one of the best organizations in history.
Like it's very easy to allow Ed Reed to roam around when everybody can actually cover their people. Like,
Yeah.
like Troy Polamalu, and this isn't to demean him at all. Troy Polamalu, it always was stated in every single special or anything about him. They were like Ryan Clark did all of the boring things by playing deep safety and not letting anything over the top. While Troy Polamalu, they literally told him, go out there and do whatever you want. Roam around and do whatever you want. So that's a luxury. Like if Troy Polamalu was on a bad defense with a bad safety, not saying that McKinney's a bad safety,
And
but if he was on a bad defense where they weren't
this is
getting
where I'm gonna
pressure,
real quick, Diggy. I'm gonna bring back up, for example, Harrison Smith. He's not on a bad defense per se, but he's been on a pretty bad Vikings team the past couple of years. He's still
exactly,
producing better than what Polamalu was doing when he was on a great team.
exactly. And I'm not going to even say that he's better than Polamalu, because I think Palomalu has like an X factor that like
Mm-hmm.
actually did translate to games being won. Not to say that he was the only reason, but like there were certain like end of the game things that Palomalu made plays like consistently.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a lot of times, I mean, if you don't have a good team around a safety, it's really it's like it doesn't really make a difference how good that safety is. Like there's a ton
Mm-hmm.
of good safeties like Jesse Bates. Is that his name on the Bengals? Jesse Bates.
Yeah, Jesse Bates the third.
The two safeties for the Bengals, Bates and Bell, like they're very good safeties, but they weren't really making an impact that led to wins until this week. I mean, until this year when they got
Because they
two good
actually,
edge rushers.
yeah, I was about to say when their edges started producing and the defense as a whole started producing.
So like it doesn't matter. Like
And this
I
this
just
goes back
can't see
to
a safety.
I
Yeah.
was on stream with Nate and Ash talking about the Kyle Hamilton thing, and I was like, all right, guys, can you name me recently one safety that's been a legit game changer in the NFL? And they tried to bring up Minka Fitzpatrick, right? Because Minka was on the Dolphins, then he went to the Steelers. I'm like, all right,
Because he went to a defense with TJ Watt.
he went to the Steelers. Like,
TJ
what
Watt
are you trying
and
to
Bud
say, man?
Dupree.
I'm
TJ
like,
Watt
yeah,
and
he
Bud
was
Dupree
doing.
were there.
I was like, okay, yeah, sure. He was putting up numbers on the Dolphins. Were the Dolphins winning though? Like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, like
And I'd still put that open question to anybody. Find me a game changing safety in recent NFL history that's out here making plays that leads to wins or could take over a game and impact the
literally
opposite
the
offense.
only person you can bring up as an argument is Jamal Adams because he got so many sacks, but he can't cover.
I was about to say you're not bringing up Jamal Adams right now, bro.
In order for a safety to be that valuable, he literally has to be as good a pass rusher as Jamal Adams is and be a great coverage safety, which doesn't really exist. Because Jamal Adams can literally pass rush like a defensive end, but he can't cover. I think Honey Badger makes a lot of good plays, and sometimes he makes a lot of game changing plays, but I don't know if he like makes that deep. Like maybe yeah, he's a leader and he's a key part, but I don't know if he would come to any bad defense and just turn it around. Like when he was on the Texans, it didn't really make that much of a difference.
Yeah. People forget he was on the Texans because it was like for 1 year or something.
Yeah. Yeah, the Rams better not get comfortable. They better act like it's a tie game.
What up? No cheese? Yeah, I see the Rams going. I was trying to tell Diggy before the game, bro, and even during the game, but
Hey,
he just
man, there's
he just
two
believes
halves
in
to a
Tom Brady.
football game.
He just believes in Brady a little too much, man.
I just don't think it's wise to bet against Tom Brady.
And you know what? You're correct, but sometimes you gotta recognize when the better team is on the field, man.
Oh yeah, they have the better team by far, especially with the injuries. But I just can't bet against that dude. I just have to basically see him lose before I say Tom Brady would lose this game. Steve Atwater was a game. Yeah. I mean, again, all of these safeties were key parts of their defenses and leaders and tone setters, but they were parts of great defenses. Yeah, they come into play. Yeah, I'm calling a turnover right here.
Oh, word.
Matthew Stafford looks like he wants to turn the ball over.
Can you call the play then? Do some play-by-play real quick. Let me hear it.
All right, you're on a 3rd and 15. Stafford is running to the sideline. There's a timeout. I don't know who called the timeout. So the Rams called a timeout. Third
Never
and
forget,
15.
Odell really signed like what was it, a $75,000 contract or $750,000 contract?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I would have done the same thing. I mean, he's this is his best chance to get a ring in his career.
Yeah.
He would have guaranteed himself a ring if he would have went to the Bucs, but they had Antonio Brown, and they keep on trying to categorize Odell in that same category, even though he was never doing any of that stuff.
Odell's like diva-ness was always blown out of proportion.
That was the biggest, like, it just makes me just realize
was the biggest
how
lie
much
that the
things
media ever
get
told,
blown
in
out
my
of
opinion.
proportion for New York. Like, if Antonio Brown was in New York, he might have literally gotten arrested, like just for just doing what he did. Because Odell literally was like no different than
Odell
like,
kicked the kick in net. That's all he
exactly.
did, guys.
You know how many times players have kicked they really blew that out of proportion. You know he's throwing
Which is why I fear.
You
for
know he's throwing
Kadarius's
it to
career,
Cooper
bro.
Kupp. I blocked that out of my head. What happened in 2017 with the Rams? Where they converted that long fourth down or third down? I forgot.
It was 3rd and 30 something.
Who was that? Todd Gurley? Who was that?
No, that was one of the receivers. That wasn't with Todd Gurley.
That was one of those, like,
You're talking against us, right?
yeah, it was one of those receivers.
It was one of the receivers. It was either Kupp or Woods. I can't remember which one.
It was Robert Woods, I think. But
And Robert Woods is an underrated receiver, bro. That man is super
Robert Woods has
underrated.
been underrated his whole career.
Yeah.
Even back on the Bills. Oh my God. The Bucs defensive tackle broke through the line on a field goal block, and then they literally held him. And he didn't get to block it.
Oh, Jamal, it definitely did.
It started before the boat. It started with the catch.
I was about to say it started like his rookie year, man.
It was just basically whenever he started, like, right after the catch, and he started doing all the social media stuff, the media just completely just attacked him and assassinated his character because he was dancing. Like, people kept on confusing him, like, wanting to win with him, like, being a me person. He literally was like, I just want to win games. All right, so the Bucs are now trailing 20-3. They're showing Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's not even getting pressure on that play. These people are weird. They put some of these players on pedestals when they're not even doing anything.
What happened?
They were showing these plays, like, saying that Aaron Donald was getting, like, all this pressure, but he wasn't getting pressure on one of the plays that they showed. Yeah, he got pressure that time. He got he got pressure that time. I think that was Leonard Floyd. That might have been just Aaron Donald. Brady got sacked at the 8-yard line. See, the sad thing about that, no cheese, is that even though Odell got dropped, by the time he got back onto a team that could actually utilize him, he lost most of his ability, or at least a little bit of his ability. For me, I will rank Aquanu, then Neal, and then Cross, but I don't like Cross that much. I will put Penning above Cross.
Send Brady to the retirement home, man. Get his plastic surgery off.
Yeah, he definitely has plastic surgery.
Oh yeah, like you could just go back and look through like his headshots through the years. I
Like
think
he
it was like
100% has plastic surgery. Like
because he used to have a way more like chubby face
exactly,
and
and
jawline.
like he definitely like lost weight. Like some of that was definitely baby weight, but like I mean
But
baby
no, the
fat.
jawline has changed a lot.
But yeah, he definitely got plastic surgery. Jacksonville, Detroit, Houston, and then the Jets are 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll up. What did you mean by that? Are you looking at something on Twitter or something?
Did you see it? What I retweeted?
Let me see. Oh yeah, that's it. That was a bad decision.
I can't believe Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams really tried to do the last dance thing as if they had a championship before. That was so disrespectful. Like you guys don't even have a single championship before. How is it a last dance?
That was the funniest part of it. Like they really posted that on both of their Instagrams, and they thought that they. The funniest thing is like everybody's saying like they're going to send Tom Brady into retirement, but the saddest part is if he won a Super Bowl this year, he probably will retire. If he loses this game, he's 100% coming back.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I don't think he's retiring unless he wins the Super Bowl. Is he going to break the tablet? Yeah, I like Jamison Williams.
Oh, the pick, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I
Yeah.
like Jamison Williams, but he tore his ACL. But we better not draft a wide receiver in the first round. Like, there's no reason to take a receiver at all. Even in the second round, I don't see us taking a receiver. What do you think about that? Do you think we need to draft? I think we can. I think we need to draft a receiver, like a contributor. But I think that could be in the third or fourth round.
This is in our receiving core in general. First of all, keep Galladay, keep Tony. Obviously, I really want to keep John Ross. He was super underutilized this year. Shep, you gotta go. I think the man should just retire. I doubt we could get anything for him if we trade him. If we gotta cut him, unfortunately, bro, you're gonna get cut. Slayton, I'm actually gonna shop you. If we could get like a 7th round pick or something like for you, bro, I'm gonna shop you. I don't know if I want to keep Darius Slayton. And so I guess there's really only 3 receivers in this court that I really, really want to keep. Maybe Dante Pettis as well. I don't know, but there's only really 3. In terms of drafting a receiver, because I want to go 2 lineman, edge, linebacker, running back with our first 5 picks somehow, right?
Tight end.
I'd go tight end with like the 6th, which would be what in the 4th round, right?
I
Because we
think so.
have 2 first-round picks, second-round pick, 2 third-round picks. Yeah, so a tight end in the fourth. I'm good with a tight end in the fourth, and then maybe a wide receiver. And I know that's very late or like very mid-roundish, but you could still find a contributor in the mid-rounds, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be mad if we took a receiver in the third round, but if we took a receiver in the first or second round, I would be like, we don't know what we're doing at all.
Yeah. Ian, find me a guy that's AJ Brown built, bro. I always thought AJ was the best one out of that class, but Terry McLaurin's the best one out of that class, low key.
Yeah, Terry was definitely. Terry was probably the best.
Terry was putting in work with Dwayne Haskins at QB.
Yeah, Jeremy Ruckert. My favorite tight end is Greg Dulcich. Dulcich or Dulcich? I think it's Dulcich. Yeah, I don't know. The closest person I can compare to Brandon Jacobs is Derrick Henry, except he's faster than Brandon Jacobs.
Yeah.
What? Did they call that a fumble? No, okay. Oh, that's a fumble. Cam Akers just fumbled on the goal line. That is a fumble.
Hey man,
100%.
it's all right, bro.
We got Slayton. We got Kadarius Toney. They're pretty fast. Yeah, that's definitely a fumble by Cam Akers right there.
How much time are they gonna have? Like 20 seconds?
Like 14. Yeah, they're not going to run a play. That's definitely a fumble, though. Let's check on the stats. Isn't it funny how like Giants Twitter like panics anytime we like have an interview for a coach?
What was the last one they panicked about? I remember Dan
The
Quinn, but
Bengals,
after that,
the
what was it?
Bengals defensive coordinator.
I listen. Giants Twitter got to be the most weird NFL Twitter ever.
Like I just was like, yeah, these people are weird. Once I saw that they were calling each other mutants.
Excuse me? What? What were they doing?
They call each other mutants
When was this?
all the time. That's a regular thing. Like they just call people a mutant once they disagree with them.
Nice.
Yeah, Slayton is a bum, 100%. But I mean, you don't need to draft a receiver in the first round or the second round even just because your third receiver is trash. That's when you just look to signing a veteran wide receiver. I think we'll sign a veteran wide receiver and we'll take one in like the third, fourth, or fifth round. But we don't need like a number one wide receiver or even a number two because we have those two. Whether we like it or not, we have those two.
Let me ask you about a couple edges real quick that are kind of going to be in like the end of the first around the second round.
Mhm.
What do you think about Trevon Walker and Drake Jackson, those two? And who do you think is better between the two?
I like Drake Jackson. Um, I would probably take him. I think he might be there in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
But I just really, I guess we almost have to take an edge in a second. But I just really believe that if you want a game changing edge player, you got to take him in the first round.
I agree with you 100%. You
Like
want an edge that's
Aziz,
going to have the impact of one of the top guys
yeah.
in the league. The top guys in the league were all taken in the first round.
Like Aziz is like, first of all, he should have been taken top 15. And for some reason, because of the medical, he fell down. But I feel
Aziz
like
is
if you
still very
want
raw.
exactly, and he also had the injury stuff. But I just feel like if you want one of those top edge rushers that are like going to take over games, you need to take them in the first round. There's like maybe 2 or 3 people who are like of the top edge rushers out of maybe the top 15 who weren't taken in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to find film on George Karlaftis. I have his 2019 tape, but I don't have his 2020 or 2021. So I'm not even going to look at the 2019 tape because that was 2 years ago, and it's not really fair to make an opinion from that. But Karlaftis fits the mold of the Bills defensive ends. Like he's built like what is the other dude's name besides Rousseau? But like Mario Addison. Yeah, he's built like a 4-3 defensive end. And he's like tall. So he fits the mold. And if they were just taking those players because they liked them, he could be on the board. Aziz has so much more room to grow. So does Carter. Lorenzo Carter is gone. Sorry to tell you. That dude is done.
He was trying so hard to get some way to to pick him up, man, in those last couple of games, Carter.
If he comes back, I mean, I guess he'll be back on a cheap 1 or 2 year deal. But I just don't think they'll bring him back. I think they'll probably look to try to get what's his name, Ellerson Smith sometime. I think they'll probably try to draft somebody too. They'll probably draft like 2 edges. You probably would try to keep the guy we got from Pittsburgh, Quincy Roche. You probably want to get him some time too. So I think Lorenzo Carter is just gone because we can't really afford to pay these mid-tier free agents anyway. So if it's a guy that's not really going to be a game changer, what's the point of even paying him like $5-6 million a year, or not even 5-6, probably like $4 million, but still, it just adds up. Brian Dable runs a lot of crossers, a lot of deep crossers. I couldn't even describe his offense. Like, it doesn't fall under a family. I don't even know how to describe it.
Brian Dable runs an offense that rejects the running back.
Yeah, but he's also had horrible running backs. So I don't know.
Devin Singletary is not horrible.
He's horrible.
Nah, bro. Come on, giving him 0 carries in that playoff game last year.
Why should he get a carry if he's not good?
At least run with the backup running back or something.
You know how entertaining it would be to watch Daniel Jones throw it 50 times a game?
I don't know about that.
You have about 5 fumbles a game, 3 picks. His offense is multiple, pretty much. Like, he comes from the Bill Belichick tree, and like everything that you see Alabama. Patrick Graham doing, yeah, and he was at Alabama for a year. Everything that you see Patrick Graham doing, just imagine that on offense. Like, he said that he likes to like have a different offensive style every week, even though he doesn't run the ball most of the time. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know. He runs. One thing that I will say is that I keep seeing is that he runs a lot of crossers. Like he runs a ton of crossers.
Listen, the thing is, if Brian Dable comes here, just like I was saying with if a former coordinator comes here, we got to see who they get as the opposite guy. Dable hasn't necessarily been linked to anybody on the defense side of the football. I mean, we go back and we look at his connections. You were saying, from the Patriots stuff with Alabama as well. I'm kind of wondering who he would approach to be that defensive coordinator.
I'm thinking Patrick Graham will be on the list. I'm thinking, I mean, there's it could be anybody. I mean, I don't even know. It could literally be anybody that we're not even thinking of.
Yeah, like I would love Wink Martindale, but I don't know how they're gonna try and convince him to come over here.
I think that would be really good, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he wants to be a head coach, or maybe he does, but I don't think he will be a head coach.
No, for Wink, I'm saying as the DC.
Oh no, I know what you're saying. I'm saying like as far as like him coming here and staying in his role, I think he would. But I don't know. We don't really have the same type of build. Bro.
I was just gonna say, same way he did this past year with Odafe Owe, I would love for him to get his hands on Ojulari.
Yeah, hopefully. But he basically plays a bunch of cover 0 and a bunch of cover 1. And just blitzes all the time. So I guess we kind of have the corners to do that, but I don't know.
$20-3, huh? Listen, at least it ain't 28-3. So for that reason, I'm saying that the Rams close this out.
20-3. I mean, I think that was a turning point in the game. Cam Akers fumbling at the goal line.
Oh, word?
That's what started the comeback.
We'll come back, bro. There's still 3 points on the board.
The comeback that's about to happen.
Oh, word? How does the next Bucs touchdown happen? What they about to do?
It's going to be some type of special teams or defensive touchdown.
Okay, so that means because the Rams are starting with the football, that means the Rams fumble the ball or something. Or a pick.
There's going to be some type of huge turnover because that just always happens with Tom Brady. His defense always gets some kind of turnover.
Oh, we're just talking about this Rams amazing offense that stays pushing P right now.
Yeah, I don't know if the Rams will ever win a Super Bowl. I almost want – it would be probably better if Tom Brady didn't make the Super Bowl for Joe Burrow.
I can't believe that you would say that Joe Burrow would have a hard time against Brady. That's ridiculous.
I mean, he would lose the time. It's Tom Brady.
Nah, he would win. Tom
Brady is a football god.
Have you seen the way this man got up after every one of those 9 sacks against the Titans, bro? Saw the way that man commanded the pocket and kept everybody
That's because
calm.
He's a dog.
Yeah, and guess what? A dog could kill a god.
I don't think that's how that works.
He's a hellhound, bro.
You're saying he's Cerberus.
Yeah, bro. This man, listen, even Hades feared Cerberus, all right?
Yeah, I think God could probably take care of Cerberus.
Nah, that's some cap. Listen.
Who's that dude?
Y'all aren't ready for the Bengals 49ers Super Bowl, which I've been talking about for about a good week and a half now. And I see a couple of the Giants fans as well talking about it on Twitter now. They're not ready for it, man. They're not ready to see the 2 best quarterbacks in the league head off against each other in the Super Bowl.
If the Bengals play the 49ers, that's going to be hilarious.
Why? I think was that ever a Super Bowl matchup in history before? Does anybody know?
Probably not. I don't think so.
Because the Bengals, they have made the Super Bowl before. Let's see.
Last time the Bengals made the Super Bowl was in 81, I think.
Oh,
So,
it was a Super Bowl. It was Super Bowl 23.
oh wow,
Yeah,
so that must have been
Joe
81.
yeah, Joe Montana, they beat them
Oh yeah, he did.
21
Yeah,
to 26.
yeah,
Was that the only one? I'm gonna assume.
yeah. It has to be. But yeah, Jimmy G is not beating. First of all, he's
Oh
not beating
no,
the
it
Rams.
wasn't. There's two Bengals 40. So both of the times the Bengals went to the Super Bowl was against the 49ers. That's
It
hilarious.
was against Joe Montana both times.
Yeah, so Super Bowl 23 and then Super Bowl 26 as well.
Okay.
That's kind of funny, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. Both times they made it. And you know what else is hilarious? Both times against the 49ers and Joe Montana, both times the score was the same, 26 to 21 49ers.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
So I'm gonna say that's exactly what will happen this year.
Well, now the 49ers fans are going to see who the real Joe Cool is.
I know you didn't just say that.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I 100% did. We know who the real Joe Cool is.
That's disrespectful.
Joe Montana's
Listen,
a fraud.
first of all, he has so many nicknames you could choose from that were made specifically for him. Joe Burr with ice in his veins, Joey B, Joe Shiesty, and you go with Joe Cool. It's already taken, bro.
It's not. Joe Cool, Broadway Joe. Anything with Joe is Joe Burrow.
Nah, Joe Burrow would disagree, bro.
I don't think he would disagree.
Did you know that Joe Burrow is a LeBron fan?
Yeah, probably. He's from Ohio.
Yeah, because greatness recognizes greatness, bro. That's why.
I mean, nobody said LeBron isn't great. He just probably knows that LeBron isn't the best of all time.
Nah, he knows LeBron is the GOAT. End the conversation. He definitely thinks LeBron James is the greatest.
Joe
player of
Burrow
all
wouldn't
time.
be as good as he is if he thought that.
Oh, he definitely does, bro. He looks up to LeBron, bro. He doesn't care about Kobe, bro. You could get that out of your heart.
No. There's no way that dude would you think that Joe Burrow at the end of the game sits there and says, I gotta channel my inner LeBron. What?
Bro, I know he does that.
The
Bro, I
LeBron
know he
mentality?
does that.
Nobody's ever said that
I
LeBron
know
mentality.
he's out here stomping in the locker room, bro.
LeBron mentality. Nobody's
Yeah.
ever said that.
Joe Burrow says it, bro. This man, No Cheese, just said LeBron isn't great. That's some cap.
Yeah, LeBron is definitely great.
Walmart version of Tom Brady. What kind of comparison is that? If anything, Tom Brady is the Walmart version of Bill Russell.
Tom Brady is so much better than Bill Russell. Bill Russell played in the 60s, dude.
Listen, I'm just responding to them saying Braun is the Walmart version of Tom Brady. They ain't got nothing in common, bro.
Yeah, to say Tom Brady's better.
Yeah, I'm not
In
gonna
every
argue
aspect.
that. I'm not gonna argue that. It's just that LeBron is literally the greatest basketball player that ever existed on the planet.
Is he? Is he though?
Yeah, he is.
All
He
right.
100% is.
That's a good opinion.
That man could survive in any era, bro. People forget because obviously now the NBA is a flop league and he adapted to it, but they forgot when he came in as a teenager, it was not
Who
a flop
turned it
league.
into a flop league?
Not him. Stop that cap,
dude.
bro. Stop that narrative, all right? It was James Harden that turned it into a flop league.
What?
We're really not about to do this.
People were flopping before James Harden got into the league.
Back to my original point though, people forget that when he came in as a 17-year-old, it was not, and he had to like bully through.
That dude was always crying to the officials when he was a rookie.
You got too much hate in your heart, nigga.
No, LeBron's one of my favorite players. He's just not the greatest of all
No,
time.
I need you to go see a therapist.
He's just not the best of all time, but I'm definitely
Cap.
going to miss him when LeBron's not playing anymore.
You know what I'm gonna miss? Actually, you know what I'm not going to miss? Russell Westbrook. That man needs to retire.
I tried to keep Russell Westbrook away from the Lakers as long as I could, but whatever.
If Russell Westbrook was the one that shot Abe Lincoln, Abe would still be alive, bro. If that man was the one
Shout out
aiming
to
at
She Got
JFK,
Sport.
bro. Hey, shout out to She Got Sports. Lauren, what's up, man? How you doing?
This is
She's
definitely
gonna
the
pop in
first
here in a
raid.
second.
This is definitely the first raid that I've ever.
Lauren is the homie. But if if that man was the dude that aimed the gun at JFK's head, bro, we living in a different world right now, bro. Cuban Missile Crisis probably don't happen. Who knows?
Yeah, Russell Westbrook couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
Yo, what up, Lauren? How do you do these raids? Because I've had her do it to me a couple times. You literally just like put a pause on your stream and then be like, all right, guys, let's go to this channel.
I was just
I know
guessing
she's
that she
streaming
ended
right
her
now.
stream. Oh, she's still streaming right now?
I doubt she ended it because she was streaming this game.
Okay.
Yeah, she's still live.
Shout out to She
That's
Got
awesome,
Sports
though, Lauren.
for not
Thank you, man.
putting milk in hot chocolate.
Oh my god, I know you need a therapist right now, bro. It literally said on the box. On the box it says use milk for better taste. It literally said that on the box.
Use milk for weird taste.
Nah, man. Shout out to the Mongols, all right? Their entire diet was milk, yogurt, and meat. They were the greatest people that ever lived on this planet. Conquered the world in like 60 years.
How long did they live?
How long did they live? You like
About
life
40
expectancy?
years each?
What was the life expectancy of Earth in general that time? Yeah, like 40 years for everybody.
Shouldn't be eating something that comes from a cow's teat.
You don't eat yogurt at all?
No, I'm vegan, remember?
Oh, you are vegan. I bet.
But even before, I never really liked milk either way. Like I don't even like
Yeah.
the taste of even like plant-based milk. I just don't like milk at all. Like it just doesn't taste good to me.
Some people say it just has a weird texture to them.
Yeah.
What does NY mean? New York, I'm pretty sure. Right?
It means none ya.
Oh, word. Okay.
Look at Odell, man. So inspirational.
Yeah, look at Matthew Stafford, man. So inspirational, bro.
Nice.
Look at Cooper Cup, man.
Irish Spring.
What? What'd you just say, bro?
How you start using the flight references and then get confused?
You said Irish Spring?
Irish
you know-
Spring Green. That's what he does every time he makes it.
You know when's the last time I watched Flight, bro? Like 2017?
Last time I watched him was probably like 20.
Because I don't know. I don't know if you ever watch OSN or do you remember who OSN is?
I definitely watched OSN, yeah.
Bro, I used to watch OSN heavy, and when Flight first came up, I thought he was just an OSN copycat. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh yeah, I think he was making videos before OSN, like a long time before him.
Was he? Because I
Yeah,
remember
like a
OSN hit
long
like a
time.
mil, and like Flight was still at like 20,000. So okay, I guess.
You're probably talking about his reaction channel.
You may have a point there.
Yeah, they both had gaming channels before they had the reaction channels. But
Mhm.
OSN was definitely the first person who just reacted to sports. Because OSN had the little, what in the world?
Bro, this man used to put the most bass boosted music on his reaction videos.
Yeah, I
He
didn't
do an
watch.
overreaction. He do the thing where he poured the water all over him for no reason.
And then he would just do that little spray bottle laugh for
Yeah.
20 minutes.
That's the laugh he do. Flight drops
That dude was
songs now? Oh nah,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah, Flight's been dropping music for the past like 3 years. You missed the best arc of Flight's career.
I did. Like I said, I stopped in 2017, man.
That's hilarious.
Same thing with I'm Dante. I don't know if you know Tyrone Magnus, right?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Tyrone Magnus. I remember when I'm Dante started, like he started because he was a fan of Tyrone, but like he didn't really go in the reaction channel, right? He just did his own thing that worked out very well.
Yeah, he did the music thing.
But you know which YouTuber that deserves more respect for their music that a lot of people don't remember now? KSI, because when KSI first started with his music, it was trash. but he's legitimately like the number 2 rapper in the UK right now, which is I'm like, you know what, props to you.
I didn't listen after the first thing I heard. It was trash.
I don't blame you.
Just didn't check back again.
I don't blame you. Purple Lamborghini or something, right?
Do y'all know who y'all need to check out?
He's literally like he's legitimately like the number 2 rapper in the UK, and I'm like, you know what? It's not that bad. It's pretty good. And of course, I'm checking out Young Jocko, bro. Warrior 2.
I'm waiting for it.
Jake Paul might be garbage at boxing,
but he keeps knocking people out.
But he's a master at money making. That's what I'll say. Remember that old Floyd Mayweather quote, bro? If legalized bank robbing was a sport, he'd be the best at it. That's Jake Paul right now, bro.
Yeah. Jake Paul and Logan Paul are just getting money. Hey. Oh, no. Catch the ball. That was the turnover, but the Buccaneers dropped it.
All right, man. Just let me know when you're coming over to the Rams side, bro.
I'm definitely not coming over to the Rams side.
Even when it's clock ticks 0 and the final score is 32-10.
I don't know. They are punting. That punter, is that Johnny? Johnny Hecker is a beast. Johnny Hecker.
Bro, don't you remember Johnny Hecker? Like, people said it was a joke, but it was legit. He should have been the Super Bowl MVP for Super Bowl 53, bro. The amount of punts that man sent off.
Bless you. Jake Paul just got for $3.7 million.
Jesus.
That's unfortunate. Logan Paul put on a scripted show with one of the greatest boxers all time.
Oh, let me take back what I said, because Logan is the one that does all the boxing. Jake was only in one of them. Yeah,
Jake
Logan
Paul
is the one that's
had
legalized.
like 3 or 4 matches,
boxing.
but he just keeps on knocking people out within the first round. But Logan Paul, first of all, he's like 70 pounds. He's like probably like 40 pounds heavier than Floyd Mayweather, way taller with a longer reach, and still Floyd Mayweather still was obviously joking around. The Bucs got to put some points on the board right here.
They're not going to do it, bro. It's okay.
They're going to do it for the Vine.
I ain't going to do it, bro. They ain't going to do it. That had to be the, like... Vine. That had to be the most sus Vine, like, Vine trend ever, bro. They had dudes twerking all over the place.
Yeah, that was really weird. But TikTok is definitely way more cringier than Vine.
How would you feel if we hired Byron Leftwich as our head coach, or Eric Bieniemy or Mike McDaniel, since they're all in that same category that we were talking about earlier?
I would feel like I don't know. I would feel like we had a chance to score a bunch of points, but I wouldn't know how good they were at managing the team. But I wouldn't be mad with any of those hires because, hey, we're putting all our trust in Joe Shane anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And Shane we trust. All aboard the Shane journey. Yeah, they're going to score on this drive. All right, we got a 2nd and 3. Hand off to Fournette. Fournette tries to make somebody miss, and he's tackled behind the line. Tom Brady's family is having way too much fun while he's losing. Did you just drop the ball? Yeah, this Tom Brady's team is letting them down. Now it's over.
Oh! Now it's over. Not before when I was saying they're gonna send this man to the retirement home. Now it's over.
No, he's definitely not going to retire.
Nah, they're sending him to the proverbial retirement home, man. Listen, Brady just wasn't good enough to overcome the Rams. That's as simple as it is.
You got to make it happen. That was the funniest part. That was the funniest part. He's got to make it happen. When they were saying that about Daniel Jones, you just got to make it happen. Oh yeah, call.
Oh
yeah.
wow, Giselle still looks good, bro. Wow.
Call grandma. It's over. Yeah, that's a wrap right there. Yeah, that's it right there. I can't believe they just had the Madden simulation where 2 people fall down. Is that Tutu Atwell? Has Tutu Atwell even played this year? Exactly. Turn off the lights. The party's over. Yeah, that one is it right there. This might have lost Todd Bowles his job. Might have lost not lost his job, but this might have stopped him from getting a head coaching job. Taking my first L of the postseason. Oh yeah, I was supposed to tell you what my microphone was. It's a Fifine Fifine, and it's like KN97 or something like that.
That's a long name.
Yeah, but basically the company is Fifine. Oh, look at Odell, man. That was really inspirational. Yeah, that was a nice catch. He said touchdown incoming. Yeah, probably. Todd Bowles looked so defeated. It was so sad.
Bro. Yeah, because this Rams team is running the score up, bro.
I mean, they have to run it. I mean, against Tom Brady, you have to basically run the score up because weird things happen and that man always comes back. Said we were wasting him in New York. I mean, Odell was getting the ball in New York. He definitely wasn't going to win anything, though.
I was about to say, if by waste you mean like he's not gonna win anything, then yeah, but it's not like we weren't using him like Baker was.
Eli was forcing that man the ball.
Yeah,
like he was going to get the ball.
There's a reason, and this is not to take away from Odell, but there's a reason he was on track to like beat Jerry Rice.
Yeah, he was literally like the closest that anybody was going to get to breaking Jerry Rice's record. And then all of a sudden, he just, he could start getting hurt.
Yeah, because Eli stopped Eli stopped being good, one. And like force feeding him the ball wasn't working as much as it used to.
Yeah.
Got him injured and stuff, so.
Hey, how do you feel about the disrespect that they've just been sitting there saying that Jimmy G got carried just like Eli Manning?
Bro, first of all, the thing that I hate so much about Eli's career is the way it ended, because that's what's stuck in everybody's heads. And people really should be smarter, because this just shows how dumb they are. I'm like, you're really thinking about his last 6 years of his career. But I'm surprised not that many people know about the 2011 playoff run, because everybody talks about Joe Flacco's 2012 playoff run like it was something from God. But yeah, Eli remains like the best playoff quarterback of all time with that 2011 playoff run. That's not an opinion. You could go check the stats. It's a fact.
Exactly.
And people just forget that. It's ridiculous.
Like Eli in 2011 was literally like, there's no comparison. That playoff run was definitely the best.
1,211 yards, I think, and like 12 touchdowns and no interceptions or something like that.
And he had the
most. He
still has the record for the most passing yards in a season when you include the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's a game over right there. It's 27-3.
Mm-hmm.
If they would have went for a 2-point conversion, they might have been in trouble. But do the Rams even have an offensive coordinator? I don't think so.
The Rams?
I don't.
Of course,
think
they have offensive coordinator. What? Isn't that like a necessity for you to have?
No, you can not have one.
Really?
Kyle Shanahan he didn't have an offensive coordinator last year. People just usually do it because like it's a lot of work for the coach to actually put together the entire game plan.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely has one.
All right, so I'm undefeated, but I'm gonna be honest. I think my next pick might fail because I got Bills over Chiefs next.
I picked the Bills over the Chiefs too. I'm not sure how that's going to go. That could really go either way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So about an hour and a half into the stream, and about 30 seconds, I'm actually going to be on camera.
What took so long?
I just had to just put stuff away and yeah. Give me like 5 seconds.
Somebody just tweeted Aaron Rodgers is gonna boycott the Super Bowl.
You said somebody tweeted what?
Aaron Rodgers is gonna boycott the Super Bowl.
Yeah. He really set himself up for that. Like, I haven't made fun of him because of
all the immunized jokes
thing.
are hilarious, bro.
Like, I don't even really care about like the whole thing that happened with him because he said like if he told the truth at all during that interview, like he literally can't get the shot because he's allergic to it. Maybe he was lying, I don't know. But if he's telling the truth, then he really couldn't get it. But I don't really care about that part. It's just the way he just like talked around it and then just and then
Bro,
even
this
still,
man's
I don't
entire off season and season was just a meme, bro. Remember the toe?
Why did he put his toe on the screen, man?
He's weird, bro.
All right.
Oh, look at him. He finally.
We are
what
in the
is
building.
happening to your sweater?
You said what's happening to my... Listen, Teespring is screwing me over. Luckily, nobody else ordered it.
Oh, word.
All right, let's zoom out.
How'd you zoom in? Is that like an actual camera or is it?
That's the actual camera.
Yeah, I'm like, that man reached like he was at the lens.
Yeah, that's an actual camera.
So the right tackle that was in for Tristan Wirfs is now injured. Now they're not.
That dude's
their third right tackle or something like that.
I always get excited when other teams' offensive lines get injured because it just is like, now you know how a Giants quarterback feels. Except pretend that this dude is your starter. Tom Brady steps up. It's Gronk. Gronk is going to have like 100 yards this game.
Hey, man, there's a whole quarter and like a half left. I don't know. We'll see.
If Tom Brady comes back from a 27-3 lead after coming, that would be like ridiculous. It's just hilarious the way this man steps up in the pocket and he's just always considered a statue. But he's like one of the best at moving around in the pocket in the history of the game. But what about Flores? All right, I don't think we've had this conversation on stream about Flores. What do you think about Flores?
Okay, so initially, and part of me still does really think that Flores could be a really good head coach for us because he did match my three categories I keep talking about, which was former head coach, he won as a head coach, he turned around a program as a head coach, and he did. That Dolphins. Wow, I see that Gronk catch. That Dolphins team was trash before Flores got there. But at the same time, everything came out literally after I made that video. It was hilarious. Like an hour after I made that video, everything came out about how he was not communicative with his staff and his players. There's questions about how much of an impact he really had on that 7-game win streak and whatnot, and that he's kind of a head case. And I'm like, that could be said for a lot of coaches. It's just that I don't think a head case would fly in New York. So that's just where I'm at with Ryan Flores.
Yeah, my thing about Brian Flores, like the second that he got released, like I was saying on Twitter, like go get him now. But and I think at that time Joe Judge still had his job, and everybody was like, Joe Judge still has his job, but Brian Flores lost his. But once I saw like the reports come out, I don't think that they're 100. Oh my god, I don't think that they're 100% true, but I think there's some truth to him being like not a people person, and it
Listen,
seems like
bro,
he's the same.
he's from Brownsville, Brooklyn. It would make sense if you're not a people person. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. I know Brownsville, Brooklyn.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it just seems like he's not able to communicate with people in a way that like they don't feel disrespected, which is fine if it's the 80s or you're like coaching some small market team. But with New York, everything gets magnified. So like if you're like first of all, like that quote to Tua, that was a complete lie. Like, first off, Michael Lombardi, I think his name is Michael Lombardi. He said that as like a hypothetical situation, and people took it as a quote. So like he didn't tell Tua that he wished he drafted Mac Jones. But if he was saying things like that, I don't really think that he's the best person for the job because yeah, you might be able to get them to the playoffs, but does that sustain over a long period of time? The players get burned out over that. And like the only reason that sustained with Bill Belichick is because they were literally winning Super Bowls. Like just making the playoffs, I just don't think players would listen to Belichick. Yeah, that would have been a touchdown, but Brady got his hand hit. But yeah, I just don't know if that could be sustained here. But again, of course, when he has this interview, they're going to interview him and they're going to ask him specifically about what happened in Miami. And if he has a good answer, then I'll just put faith that, you know, all those reports were either lies or overblown or something else. My next problem with Brian Flores is that the offensive, like the staff that he had way too much turnover. Like everybody kept leaving. He kept firing people, firing offensive coordinators. And that's what worries me. If he can't get a good offensive coordinator, we absolutely need offense. Like we can't just go out there and continue to do, because if we had it, we might as well promote Patrick Graham, the head coach. Give up 20 points a game or 17 points a game and not be able to do anything on offense.
And like I said, that goes the same for if we hired the offensive-minded head coach as well. Got to have somebody good on the other side. As we
I don't
watch
care
Tom
about
Brady,
defense anymore.
as we watch Tom Brady, like in his swan song here.
I watched the Giants roll out Uwani Onga, Jonathan Casillas. What was the dude's name? No, that was Uwani Onga at linebacker. Nikita Whitlock, the fullback, playing defensive tackle, wrestling the passer. I watched them roll out a terrible squad, and it was a lot more entertaining to watch than watching the Giants not be able to score 10 points. And yeah, like Daniel Jones could get us to 13 points, but like either way, the offense needs help badly. Like we are a horrible, horrible team when it comes to offense. And if our defense can just be average, even if we find a decent defensive coordinator that's not elite, we can win a Super Bowl. We can win a championship. We could at least win enough games to make the playoffs. But it doesn't matter how good unless our defense is like historically great, we're not going to be able to win anything. I wouldn't bet on that. No cheese. I wouldn't bet on the playoffs.
Yeah, I'd say we could probably be competitive at best. I'll say that at best.
I don't know about that. I haven't even considered any college coaches. And to tell you the truth, I haven't paid enough attention to know like who would be the best coordinator that would translate over to the NFL. But I'm thinking that they're going to go with the coach in the NFL as far as offensive coordinator. So what do you think of Brian Dable? Like, is he number one on your list? Is he?
He's not necessarily number one on my list, as I just think he is the current front runner. I feel like everybody feels like he's the current front runner, and it's like it's with good reason as well. And real quick, I just want to comment The Vikings just completed an interview with Demeco Ryans, the current 49ers defensive coordinator, and I definitely want to say that man for sure deserves head coaching interviews because he's been doing a great job with the 49ers defense this year. And so I know people are gonna ask, oh well, why didn't I say that with the offense coordinator Mike McDaniel? Well, we know for sure Demeco Ryans is the reason that defense is good. Versus where with Mike McDaniel, there's still questions about.
The thing is, Demeco Ryans has still only been a defensive coordinator for a year.
1 year. Yeah,
that's the only thing. But when I saw like his like mic'd up thing, he looked like he was like really able to relate to the players. So I think it's a risk either way, hiring either one of those coordinators. It's like a home run, like depending on potential. And how old is Demeco Ryans? Like, well, you can keep talking while you can make your point. I'll look it up.
Yeah, so I was just gonna say, and he's 37. I was just gonna say, with Brian Dable, right? Yeah, he's not necessarily my number one, as I just think he is the number one. I wouldn't mind him, and I'm not gonna lie, I also want an offensive guy as well. It's just that with every single offensive guy, that's literally what we've tried 2 times before Joe Judge, and it didn't work out. So I don't know. It's just something. It's almost like being scorned twice, right? I'm like,
yeah.
How do we know who is the correct offensive guy? You know who Demeco Ryans looked like, bro? He looked like the actor for Luke Cage.
He does.
He's built like him too, bro. Because he's a former. I think he's a former Texan.
Yeah, the Rams just fumbled, and it's probably not going to change anything. But the Rams fumbled, and Bucs took it back like 30 yards.
Oh yeah, he is a former player. He was on the Texans.
Yeah, he was a long time Pro Bowl linebacker.
Bro, that's why that man is built the way he's built.
Yeah, he was a long time. Yeah.
Oh, this man is what's up, bro. He was the defensive rookie of the year in 2006. That's amazing.
Yeah, Demeco Ryans was really good.
Wow, this is.
I think he's only been retired for like what, 4 years maybe.
Yeah, like in 2015 he retired.
What's the score? The score is 27-6. The Rams just fumbled the ball. The Bucs have the ball at the 30-yard line. They're probably going to take a shot here. Brady takes a shot, throws it up to Gronk, and he outthrew him by about 2 yards. But Gronk, if he would have thrown that ball accurately, Gronk probably walks into the end zone. Even though he had 3 people on him, they were all behind him. So,
yeah, nobody's gonna like my answer for any head coaching questions because I don't have anybody that's like my number one anymore. I'm just like, all right, let's see who we hire, and I'll move from there.
Yeah. So, do you think we need to? How would you address the offensive line, or how do you think he's going to address the offensive line? And how would you do it?
Whoever the head coach is, or Joe?
Joe Shane.
I think we're definitely going to spend at least one of those picks on the O-line, right? I want to spend both of the picks on the O-line just because, also just looking back at our past where I'm like, just get it done and over with. But we're going to get a tackle and an inside O-lineman somewhere in this draft. I think that's what we're going to do. And if he could clear up some cap space, we're definitely going to try and go get a veteran somewhere as well. Maybe a veteran center if we take like a guard or something in the second round. So I'll say we do it. We attack the offensive line at least 3 times throughout this offseason. With the offensive line coach now, that's going to be something interesting. Because I was like one of the few people that liked Rob Sale. I know as a whole the line was trash, but I still feel like when you're dealing with practice squad players out there, and that's not even an exaggeration, we had practice squad players out there. There's only so much you can do. And in pass protection, I'm going to continue to say for the first half of the season, it wasn't that bad. It was the run blocking that was terrible. And also, he helped Thomas get back to college form, which was a great Andrew Thomas. So that's why I'm like, I would really like to keep Rob Sale.
He's gone, though. He's already gone.
He got a head coaching offer at the college level or something, right?
I think he's offensive coordinator. I don't remember. He was a head coach in college, yeah.
Yeah, so I was about to say. He was a head coach at Louisiana.
I'm not sure what position he got, but wherever he went, Coach Chaos went with him, Sean Spencer. And shout out to Sean Spencer. He interacted with the fans a lot on Twitter. But shout out to RAD. He's an Eagles fan. He used to be Eagle Speed. He's saying hire Doug Peterson. I don't even know what to think about Doug Peterson. Like,
he's a winning coach.
He was definitely a winning coach. And the thing is, like, it was like what happened to him almost is like exactly what happened to Ed Orgeron for LSU. Like, they won that championship, and then they let it get to their head and just completely just checked out. Like Peterson won that Super Bowl and then immediately started writing a book.
Yeah, the man wrote a book, went on a book tour, bro.
Like, I don't know, man. I think if he gets a second chance, he'll probably be a good coach, but I wouldn't want to be that team that gives a second chance.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm not ready for a new head coach. We gotta line somebody up. I'm not ready for a new relationship."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we gotta line somebody up. Somebody's got to take the job. The Sean Payton talk has gone silent. Well, the Sean Payton news broke this morning, so it hasn't really gotten a chance to die down, really.
I was about to say, it's been like a couple hours.
Like, they're not going to tweet about it all day. Oh, look at Tyler Johnson, man. So inspirational. Tyler Johnson made like 5 people miss and got down to the 1-yard line. Yeah. Oh, somebody's laid out. Is that? I think that's Tyler Johnson, too. He made everybody miss and he hurt himself.
You jinxed him, bro. Why would you do that?
What just happened to him? Oh, okay. He just got fell on by like 3 people. Yeah, the Bucs, they got messed up. The Saints basically ended the Bucs season, pretty much, by with the Bounty Gate stuff that they did.
Bounty Gate this year?
Yeah, the Bounty Gate stuff. I watched it. They hit Chris Godwin directly in his knee on purpose. They're still doing the Bounty Gate stuff. Sean Payton is definitely still doing that stuff. And yeah, Sean Payton wins games with backup quarterbacks. Like, he wins games with backups on the regular. And that's why I don't understand why Giants fans were saying, "Oh, I don't know if I want Sean." Like, what are you talking about? Like, how could
Sean Payton is
that's literally like, that's like, I don't even want to be a jerk about anything because maybe somebody like this, but that's like a 700-pound man just like sitting in his room, not doing anything with no aspects or no type of goals in life, just saying like, "Oh, I don't want Zendaya." Yeah, I don't want Zendaya. That's just like, what are you talking about? You don't want Sean Payton. Like, he's one of the greatest coaches of all time. Sean Payton's offense is the offense that Joe Burrow ran at LSU that put up all those points. Like, Sean Payton is a Hall of Famer.
Giants fans are weird, bro. Didn't you see them saying Saquon was better than Derrick Henry yesterday?
Giants fans are the worst, man. Like, the Giants fans that support me, man, like, listen, all respect, but a lot of the Giants fans I see are really off their rockers. Like, they were saying Saquon's better than Derrick Henry, and then at the same time, they sit there and say that Saquon is a mascot. Like, how can you call a grown man a mascot, first of all? And I just really don't think that these people would have that same kind of energy in Saquon's face. Like, I don't think that they would call him a mascot like that.
They would not.
And, and then they tweet at him on Twitter, and I'm like, I just don't think that if he responded and said, "Okay, meet me at this place," I don't think they will meet him there. And if they did meet him there, they probably would have a jersey with him for him to sign it. Sean Payton getting
they'll have the camera rolling though.
They have the camera rolling, and then they're like, "Can you sign the jersey? Can you sign this for me? I'm a big fan." Sean Payton getting $9 million a year. Said recently he would someday like to go back to the Giants. He did say that, but people say that all the time. Bill Belichick said that too, and he's still where he is.
Yeah, so, Belichick is still where he is.
Bill Belichick came back to the Giants stadium and cried. Like he literally, like the little like documentary they did on him, he came back to the stadium and he just cried and said, "I just love this place so much." And he was like literally crying. So if he's not coming back, I mean, I'll
say this. One thing I hate that people have been like circulating about Joe Shane, like, yes, I love the hire. I think we all love the hire. But people have really been circulating that Bill Parcells quote. And I'm just like, y'all, Parcells been out of the league for a minute. Bill Parcells hasn't been Bill Parcells since the 80s, all right? And he's still coached up until like the 2000s.
Like, Bill Parcells was coaching for the Cowboys.
I was about to say, people forget this man was with the Cowboys and the Jets in the 2000s, bro. He hasn't been Bill Parcells since the 80s. That's no disrespect to him. But also, you want to talk about a great Giants coach giving quotes. We just had that with Joe Judge. Bill Belichick was giving all types of quotes about Joe Judge, all right? So, like, I hate that people are circulating these quotes now.
Bill Belichick, Nick Saban, all these coaches, all of these Patriots Hall of Fame players and stuff talking about Joe Judge. I mean, you can't really judge these people until they get into their actual positions. There's no way to know what they'll do until they get there. Like when people were asking me in like November, who are your top GM candidates? I was like, I don't know who's doing what in the front office.
I have no idea who's there.
Like, even though we have all this information and research and interviews, we still don't know what they actually did every day in the office. Like, there's no way for us to know. So we don't know how good Joe Shane will be until he gets there. Like, we don't know if he was like crucial to be crucial in making all those picks and decisions. We do know that he was the one that actually made the Josh Allen trade. Like, he actually made the trade to go up. Like, not like him like commanding the trade, but him like giving the assets for the trade. But we don't know exactly what he was doing. We don't know if it was mostly Brandon Beane, mostly him. Neither of them. We don't know. We don't know until until he gets here. Oh wow! Listen, I am jealous of you, Earl, because that means that you haven't been on Twitter. So listen, you're very lucky that you don't have to watch.
If you haven't been on Twitter, bro, you live in a good life.
Because there's a whole squad of people on Twitter that call Saquon a mascot every day and tweet at him every day. Shout out to Robert. Let me ask you, how would you feel if the Giants trade out of 5 and 7 of both picks in the teens and acquire 2 teams?
Both picks? I don't know about both picks, bro.
2 team picks, I think. Number 2s and 2 3s.
You want me to be honest with you? You should get 2 team picks for just the 7. So I would not, bro. The 5 as well. I don't think that's a good trade.
2 team. I don't think you get 2 teams picks for moving back down to 7 to what, like 13. You probably would get a first and a second, first and a third, something like that.
If the team is trading up for a quarterback, they better give me a future first.
But what do we get for? We got 2 thirds. We got a first round pick. Yeah, we got 2 thirds, a first, and then some back end and stuff.
And then we get a second last year or a third last year as well or something?
A third, yeah. A third last year and a third this year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade both of those picks, though. Like, we're too bad of a team to be trading back to say, like, we need to wait until the team. We need to get one of those premium players. At least one. Maybe the second one you trade back so you have ammunition to trade up next year. But
that's what I was saying. I'm down for the second one, but not the 5th as well.
Yeah. I'm making unless I get like a really ridiculous trade up offer, I'm making a 5th pick. Because I know at least Evan Neal or Ekwonu is going to be there. At the very least, one of them is going to be there. If not, Derek Stingley's there. If not, Kyle Hamilton's there. And there's only 4 players that can get picked. So I know one of those people are going to be there. Now, if both of the edges are gone and both of the top tackles are gone too, I would probably look to take Derek Stingley or Kyle Hamilton because they're still those premium players. But I would also probably just trade out a couple of picks to maybe like 8 or 9 or something, and then take Linderbaum at that pick, and then with the first pick, take like whoever's still there out of Stingley and Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
People call Saquon a mascot because they say he's used more in commercials for the Giants than he does on the field. Even though the guy's coming off of tearing every single ligament in his knee.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee you if these people tore every single ligament in their knee, they will be complaining about walking like for the next 40
the rest
years.
Of their life. Yeah.
Like for the next 40 years, they'd be talking about how much pain it was for them to walk. He said Eagles Twitter banned him. Wow. That's crazy. All right, 2nd and 10 for the Rams. 15 minutes, beginning of the 4th quarter.
I'll be right back.
All right. Akers in the backfield. Stafford in shotgun. Drops back. Oh, it should have been intercepted right there. Yeah, Matthew Stafford got pressured. I think they ran a stunt right down the middle of the line. And Jamel Dean had a shot. I think it intercepted that ball, but he couldn't. Devin White was the guy who applied the pressure. Yeah, Devin White never can get blocked by it. That dude is one of the best blitzing linebackers I've ever seen. That was Jalapeno. John Jalapeno should not be ever playing football ever again. 3rd and 10 here. Stafford, pressure by JPP, and you got a drop by Tyler Higbee. Would have been tough for him to make that first down either way, but you got a 4th down. So the Bucs are going to have a shot to put this within 1 touchdown. And if they score right here, there'll be a touchdown away, and it'll be a game. The crowd is definitely back in it. Todd Bowles is dialing up the pressure. Apologies if I got really close to the microphone right there. And I don't know who that was, but whoever it was just got hit in their head really hard. Like literally hit with the hand and the head. That was Jalen Darden right there. He just got, I don't know. It didn't look like that was enough for him to get like injured, but I'm guessing the guy that went by, yeah, I guess his arm just hit him in his head that hard that he's pretty hurt. I tried to tell people, it's never over when Tom Brady is in the game. Like, and it's not even just Tom Brady. Sometimes his defense just makes plays and just get him back in the game. So yes, it's never over until the clock is at 3 zeros or 4 zeros. But yeah, I will never ever bet against Tom Brady. Never do it until, I can't definitively say the game is over until the end of the game. Until like it's literally impossible for him to come back. That's when the game is over. Let's see what else we got in here. Yeah, it's hard to exactly. After an ACL, it takes a lot of people a year to get back to being themselves. And Saquon definitely started to look more like himself at the end of last year. So it seems like maybe, in August, September, October this year, Saquon will be back to his old self. Said I bet against. Yeah, I would bet it. Yeah, I would definitely. Yeah. If you want to make money, you should have. We should have all been betting against the Giants all last year, especially that last 4. Those last, I think, 4 games or 6 games. We should have probably bet, bet that the Giants would cover. Diggy, I can't take Kyle Hamilton. His sideline to sideline. Whoa. Yeah, no, I have to disagree with that, Earl. I have to disagree with that. Kyle Hamilton, he's a sideline to sideline safety. He's a deep middle of the field type of safety, and he's a box safety. From what I've seen, like the range that Kyle Hamilton has is elite, and that's the only reason that he's even being talked about as a top 10 guy. But yeah, I don't know why I didn't take those bets with Mike Glennon against whoever. What's going on, Miz? Yeah, I think we should take Linderbaum. I just hope that we end up putting him in a position to succeed. Like, I think Linderbaum needs to be in a zone running scheme. Brady just fumbled the ball and he lost it. Yeah, that you just can't have that, man. You cannot have that. You can't have that happen. Like, you cannot fumble right there, man. Like that's killer right there. in your own territory with all the momentum, you got to be a little bit more aware, Brady. But Donovan Smith is getting destroyed by Von Miller, and I'm sure Tom Brady is getting sick of dealing with Von Miller. Like, I'm sure he's getting sick of dealing with that dude. That's killer right there. You got to hold on to the ball. No, I'm talking to literally about Kyle Hamilton playing center fielder, like legitimately playing center fielder and covering the whole deep. What is going on? What is going on? A bad snap and Matt Stafford can't get onto the ball, and the Bucs got the ball back. Oh my God. This is really, really strange. How did the bad snap? It goes right behind Matt Stafford, and he can't get to the ball in time. And Shaq Barrett pushes him out of the way, and JPP recovers it. This is crazy. He was completely unaware. He did not expect that ball to be snapped. So Brady's going to get a second chance. And he's gotten about 30-something yards of field position. So Brady's going to have a second shot. And, you see the center on the sideline arguing. So
I'm back.
Have you been watching the game at all?
Nah, I went into the kitchen and came back. What's up?
Tom Brady got the ball. Oh, yeah, you don't give Tom Brady extra chances. But Tom Brady got the ball, down 13-27 with the chance to get it to 20-27. And he fumbled the ball, like, in his own territory. So the Rams fell on top of that. And then the next play right after that, Matthew Stafford tries to, like, he wasn't ready for the snap, and it went right past him. And the Bucs got the ball right back. So the Bucs have the ball. And
if the Bucs win this game, I'm just letting everybody watching know right now that the NFL is rigged.
Someone keeps throwing something up into the air in front of the camera. I don't know what that is. It looks like a hanger or something. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I definitely think like the top 6, 7 GM candidates were all good candidates from what I saw. And I definitely can understand why you would like Peters better, because like the track record of the players that he's drafted has been really, really good. The only bad mark on Peters is that he traded up for Paxton Lynch, and like he really liked Paxton Lynch. Other than that, you don't know. Oh my God, what a play! That should have been a touchdown, but whoever that is, Scott for the Rams broke that up. But Brady is basically forcing it to Gronk at this point. I would just bait Brady and just basically come up underneath that and take the ball, because he's going to throw it to Gronk almost every play, because he doesn't have Chris Godwin, because Bounty Gate took Chris Godwin out. Yeah, Brady's getting sacked right there. So it looks like they can still kick a field goal from here. But do they want to kick a field goal right here at this point in the game?
Do we call Sean McVay the choke artist if he loses this game?
It's Tom Brady, so I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, I've been also going back and forth with Earl as far as thinking that Kyle Hamilton is basically I don't know what the Rams are doing. What are they doing? Whoa! They just did the stupidest thing I've ever.
You gotta tell me, bro. You gotta tell me.
They just did the stupidest thing. It's 4th and 16. Brady throws it deep to Mike Evans. They break up the ball, and then Eric Weddle comes out of nowhere and hits Mike Evans in the helmet. So they basically,
I told y'all, bro, the NFL is rigged, bro.
They might get a first down out of this. They called in Eric Weddle because he's an experienced actor.
So they threw the flag then, right?
Yeah, they threw a flag. He's like, everything got broken up, and then Weddle just hit Mike Evans in the head. But I think they're just going to, what it looks like, I don't have the sound on, it looks like they may just give, they may let the Rams keep the ball and make it a half a distance to the goal penalty instead of letting the Bucs keep the ball, because it was after the play pretty much. But yeah, let's see. Unnecessary roughness.
However, by rule, this action is considered a dead ball foul.
It was a dead ball fall, yeah. Yeah, so basically the Rams got to keep the ball after the Bucs turned it over on downs, but they got a 15-yard penalty. So the Bucs have got to force a turnover or force a 3-and-out right here if they have any shot at coming back.
It's not happening, bro. Not happening.
They had a shot. But
somebody just tweeted.
I think
somebody just tweeted the NFL faker than WWE. It wasn't even that late, bro. Looking at the replay, it's not like it was supremely late.
Yeah,
he got
it wasn't because
like
it was late. After. It was because their helmets connected, I think. But they call it a dead ball foul. I don't know. I wouldn't say that that's a bad call, though. Yeah, it was. Like the ball was pretty much already. Like the play was pretty much over. But something about that just makes me feel like if that was the Giants, they would have given that other team a first down.
Yeah.
Because we always have those stupid penalties, and they always end up being first downs on our fourth down.
Our boy Engraven Viz is out here pulling for the Rams hard, bro.
Why?
I'm trying to figure out if it's because of a Brady hate left over from the AFC or something else.
Probably that. Probably Brady hate. Ian Rappaport tweeted, Tom Brady is cut, and then he put a blood emoji. But yeah, basically me and Earl were talking about Kyle Hamilton. And I was saying that he's definitely a center fielder. He can complement McKinney because they both can play in the box and center field. So I don't think that would be an issue of him fitting in with the defense.
Once again, it just goes back to me not wanting to draft the safety in the first round for all the reasons we talked about in terms of how much of an impact you can be.
Yep.
Just get an edge rusher, man. Even if it's not like the best edge rusher in the class, there's still gonna be like a really good edge rusher for the team.
The only thing about that is like I feel like David Ojabo has a lot more chance of not being good than Kyle Hamilton. That's the only thing. I still, like I said, I haven't been able to look at him enough. But when the plays that I have seen of him recently, I haven't thought like this dude is like a game changer. It's just like I said, like the only problem that you run into when you're saying like, yeah, I don't need a safety that high is that you're looking at a player that you feel can probably be a Hall of Famer, but you're going to pass on him because you think you need the position isn't good enough. But the thing is, you could have a Hall of Fame player, and then you could have a guy who's not on your team in 4 years. So I don't know. It's all up to whatever they want to do, but how do they consistently run these little jet sweeps? And every time we ran a jet sweep, it got stopped in the backfield.
Because we're just bad, bro. Our personnel was terrible. And I don't know. Teams just knew what we were doing. It was ridiculous. Teams always seem to knew what we were doing on offense.
Like, this is just like, how did, wow. Yeah, they were definitely setting it up all game. And we didn't run that much motion.
Yeah,
Shout
shout
out
out
to
Big
you.
Task.
I haven't seen him in a while either. Well, I also haven't streamed that consistently lately. I think I stopped streaming consistently in like week 10 or something.
Yeah. When everybody realized the season's done.
I think I was still streaming. It's all a blur. Like Earl just talked about reminiscing of this Giants Chiefs game. I really couldn't tell you much of anything that happened in these games. And like, it's not like I didn't watch it because there's video evidence of it, but I just couldn't tell you about what happened this year. I just a really boring year. It all got bunched up into the same.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 2nd and 7 for the Rams. 10 minutes left. 2 seconds on the play clock. 1 second. Snapped. Handed off to Akers. Akers cuts back right up the middle. First down. Yeah, they get 1 or 2 more first downs. They can take this clock down to like 6 or 7 minutes.
All I know is that Tom Brady about to go into his house mad and be mad for like the next month.
He's gonna
until like the Super
go
Bowl's
home,
over,
make
bro.
himself some avocado ice cream, and cry.
Does that
and kiss
exist?
his son. Yeah, he has an avocado ice cream recipe in his cookbook.
Oh, has anybody
And
ever
the
tried that?
TB12. I'm not trying it. I am not trying that. Play action. Wide open. Van Jefferson cuts back. First down. Down to the 30-yard line. Yeah, the Rams are icing this game. Sean McVay is a demon.
What happened?
Sean McVay is just a demon, man. Like, I just looked up and I just saw him talking into his play seat. And I'm like, this dude is a freaking beast. Yeah, he knows to not act like Kyle Shanahan, because Kyle Shanahan always takes his foot off the gas.
He knows not to act like his fellow compadre, bro.
Exactly.
Sean McVay
hand it
be
off.
a bit more successful.
Cam Akers loses like 4 yards. And can we get a PED test for Cam Akers? Like, there's no way that you're healing from a torn Achilles in like 7 months or like 6 months. That was ridiculous.
It was like right before the season.
It's a torn Achilles. I think that was it was right before the season. So yeah, it took KD over a year, like a year and a half.
Well, KD is like the worst player in history, so KD's KD, bro.
KD
also, Van Jefferson been putting in work this drive.
Yeah, that was the play that I said where Sean McVay is just talking into the play sheet. And it's like this dude is putting on a clinic.
Bro, I hate when the defensive players do that. The dude just tackled the dude for a loss and he out here cheering like you're down 14, sir.
That's my logic. We need to see Ojabo's workouts at the combine. I've seen 4 Linderbaum games. He never lets up. In that game, an interception was overturned late in the game. KC ends up winning. Okay, he was just talking about the actual game. But I'm not necessarily concerned about the combine for Ojabo. I just don't believe the combine stuff translates for defensive ends. Like, unless their combine is horrible.
The one that's like a little bit
of
agility, the shuttle drill is like good.
Exactly, but like unless that stat is just like horrible, I don't think it really matters. Like, there's nothing I'm going to see at the combine where I'm like, oh, like after who was it? Jamin Davis. After he had his combine, everybody was like, yeah, he's a top pick. But
that man literally jumped last year. We forget he literally jumped from being a 3rd round pick to in the middle of the first. I was like,
exactly.
what
And
just
people
happened,
were talking
bro?
about taking him at 11 too. They were like, yeah, we got to get it. I'm like, it's the combine a lot of times like clouds people's judgment, in my opinion, because someone is running a 4.3 and they're 240. So like all of a sudden they need to be a top 15 player. Yeah, they messed up right there. Well, now you got them down at the 29-yard line. They're going to line up for field goal, probably kick it, and that will put them up by 17 with 7 minutes to go. And while we're talking about 17-point leads in the fourth quarter, we got an Eagles fan in here, and I think the Giants were up 17 points when Matt Dodge and the Giants collapsed in 2010.
Listen, that doesn't matter because, that dream team of the Eagles, is that blood on Matthew Stafford's helmet, bro?
Probably.
Yo, I just see a stain of red on his helmet.
No good. The Bucs are still in it. The Bucs are
Bro,
still
you
in
know
it.
why? Do you know who the kicker for the Rams is?
Who?
It's Matt Gay. The kicker in 2019 for the Bucs that couldn't kick straight.
Oh.
And so Daniel Jones won his first game.
Oh, yeah. That's hilarious. Daniel Jones had the most anticlimactic career ever.
That man bust onto the scene in the preseason and in the regular season, bro.
Like in the preseason, he was throwing
just
all
for the
shots.
Giants. I'm saying this with the utmost conviction, and like I'm just so convinced just for the Giants to ruin this, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, like he was throwing all dots, like no incompletions in the preseason. Then he got into the game and he did fumble. Like that was definitely an issue. But in that Bucs game, he came back from like a 15-point deficit, 16-point deficit. Yeah. I don't know what happened to that dude. I don't know if that dude still exists, but we'll find out this year.
I've been saying
not.
like I was talking with Vibes in the Twitter Spaces and stuff, and I'm like, I genuinely believe when we got Garrett here, that entire coaching staff, not just Garrett, they wanted to turn him into like a game manager.
I believe that 100%.
They took away his what you call the gunslinger mentality, like because that's what he was in 2019. They just took that away. And what I say is they tried to raise his floor, but by raising his floor, they completely destroyed his ceiling.
Yeah, they're like, well, yeah, we're okay with you throwing 12 touchdowns if you don't throw in any interceptions.
Exactly.
Like, I just don't understand. I definitely put that on Joe Judge.
He could have been good, but like I said, I think we ruined him.
Like, because he was throwing like what? He had his first season, he had like a bunch of turnovers, like a ridiculous amount. I don't even remember the number. But his second season, he had 12 turnovers. His season after that, he had 12 turnovers, which is not bad. But he also had only 11 touchdowns and then like 9 or 10 touchdowns. So he just got to find a way to produce. I don't know if he'll ever do that here, but it's just sad. I don't know. I think it's a mix of the bad team around him and a mix of the fact that Joe Judge either didn't have faith in him or was just so focused on making sure that nobody made a mistake on the team that he made him play like that. Because Joe Judge was scared to go for it on 4th down. He was scared to run a play on 3rd down from his own 4-yard line, and he sneaked the ball because he didn't want to turn the ball over. I really wish that we fumbled the ball on that play. I just really wish that happened.
Mm-hmm. We all talk about Joe Judge. Let's not forget about the other coach that was in that hiring process that's on the hot seat and just hired Ben McAdoo. Ben McAdoo is a good OC, but I wouldn't replace Joe Brady with him, bro. How you feel with Matt Rhule? Because Carolina fans hate this man right now, bro.
Matt Rhule is
absolutely hate this man.
Matt Rhule, that dude is pretty much Joe Judge on steroids. Like,
except he's a preacher.
What does Matt Rhule?
Judge is the salesman,
but Matt Rhule is
he
like
preaches.
Matt Rhule is Matt Rhule
pastor.
Is a youth pastor.
Yeah.
That's what Matt Rhule is. And like he fired Joe Brady because he said he passed too much. He didn't like the fact he wanted to run the ball every play. Matt Rhule doesn't know what he's doing, and it's sad that he's going to be there for another year. Hopefully, Ben McAdoo can save the Panthers. What in the world? That's pass interference. But yeah, I just McAdoo is going to. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know who's going to be the quarterback there for the Panthers, because are they going to have a rookie there? Are they going to stay with Cam Newton? Or are they going to stay with Sam Darnold? I don't know.
Yo, the NFL scriptwriters are going to work right now, bro. They're trying to figure out a way to get this game to Brady.
They're going to get the game to. This is going to be one of the funniest. I'm telling you. Wow, that's about to get intercepted. Never mind. Von Miller really has a personal issue with with Tom Brady. I think he had more fumbles lost than that 10, but maybe you're right. I don't know. But I know he cut his turnovers in half pretty much after that. So the turnover thing went away after that first year. And then every time he turned the ball over like a normal quarterback, they started talking about he has the most turnovers and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you're not even including the fact that the first year was a record amount of turnovers, and that's why it's so high. They were cherry picking stats. Are they going to really choke this game away, though?
Bro, remember that when the inspirational Steph Curry blew the 3-1 lead in 2016? Remember that?
That was hilarious.
Remember what his wife Aisha tweeted?
Oh, yeah.
I lost all respect. Sorry, it's absolutely rigged for money or ratings. Not sure which. Listen,
just
bro,
saw it live. Sorry, not sorry.
If the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come back and win, I am making that tweet quote for quote, bro. Because at this point, it's
Look
true.
at all that time. Who is he? Is that a? No, that has to be a flag.
Listen, at that point, nah, the NFL is definitely rigged, bro. Because there's just no way. How do you think they rigged the ball being short on that field goal, bro? You think they had like a magnet or something repelling it?
Like the Buffalo Wild Wings commercial. That is clearly pass interference. Whatever. Well, the game is over now. I mean, I just can't see them having enough time to come back now. And Aaron Donald was getting held. But that was that pass interference? Nope, that wasn't pass interference. It was just it just wasn't there. Scotty Miller was wide open though. It's just funny how when Giants fans were reviewing Daniel Jones's tape and they were like, look, he's wide open. You can literally do that with every quarterback in the league. He's wide open as I'm watching on film by myself. Like,
that's not to take away from the fact that the man does have like issues, but I get what you're saying, and I'm with you right there.
It's just funny when like you're looking at things from a bird's eye view, and you're saying this person is open, and then like they're all the way across the field on like a quick slant, and you're like, yeah, he's wide open right there. Like the read was for him to go to the quick slant. Yeah, the Bucs are definitely wasting time. But the game's over. I'm going to say it's over right now just because of math. Like, the only way that this game isn't over if, like, a serious, tragic something happens. But I already knew the NFL was fixed once they started faking injuries like the WWE.
Huh?
WWE like fakes those injuries where they say somebody.
Now, who faked injury? Who faked an injury?
Cam Akers. He did not tear his Achilles.
Listen, bro. Cam Akers, it's like you said, he's on PEDs. That's it. But he
He is
definitely
not
did
there
tear
at
that Achilles.
man. There's no way.
Bro, they had Sony Michel for most of the season. I think they would have used Cam Akers if they could.
No, it's all part of the script. It
What's
was
the
this
script,
dude in
bro?
my chat that used to be here every
What's the
week.
script?
And
17 weeks of rest?
Yeah, 17 weeks of rest, and then you come back, and then you make the game-winning run in the Super Bowl for the story. But it was a dude that used to pop into my chat every week, and he would be like, "Yeah, I know someone in the NFL, and they come into practice all week, and their practice is just really rehearsals, and they just and it's like, yeah, all this is fixed." And I was like, "Why are you watching it?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm just watching."
Bro, in that case, we gotta start going to each practice so we get the rehearsal. We can make the bet, bro, and get some money.
You know how funny, like, I used to follow this site where like they had like all of the storylines for the WWE, and I knew like what was going to happen over the next couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to get like the little story leaks, and I used to be calling my friends like when I was a kid, telling them, "Oh yeah, this is going to happen," and this. But
And then what happened when it happened? What'd they say to you?
they were just like, I just was telling them I had a source. They punted that ball way too fast. What is going on? But what I was about to say is I know that the game isn't fixed, because if it were fixed, they would not put that product on the field that the Giants been putting out there on the field, because nobody will watch that. Like if this was fixed, like they would be a lot more entertaining. 3 sacks, 4 hits, 11 hurries.
I can't wait for the USFL, XFL.
Yeah, that's actually going to be pretty fun to watch.
I want them to actually have a ball with the two leagues against each other.
Why do you want to see that?
I don't know, man. I like the XFL when it was there for like a month and a half, and I've never seen the USFL. But if it's anything like AAF, I guess I like it as well. Which I'm sad that the AAF went out of business. But yeah.
Oh, Scotty Miller acting like Steve Smith. But yeah, the USFL is pretty much like the Gatorade League for the NFL.
Does arena football still exist?
Yeah, it does.
You don't hear about it as much as you used to.
They used to put it on NFL Network all the time.
Yeah, like it actually used to be shown.
Maybe they ended it. I don't know. But I know it was this dude in the Arena Football League that played for like 20 years and had like he had like 1 million yards. Oh my God, they just let Mike Evans get all the way down the field and it's a touchdown. Like
NFL script writers, bro. The NFL script writers are going hard, bro. I'm about to make that tweet, bro. Hold up.
3 plays, 77 yards, 36 minutes, 36 seconds.
Hold up. Diggy, you gotta like and retweet what I'm about to tweet, bro. You got to. All right, there you go, bro. I tweeted it. You better retweet this as soon as you see what GIF I used.
I gotta see this. Going crazy. Yeah, that dude was sick. Light was sick. That man was crazy.
There's no way, bro. There's no way it's a one possession game, bro. There's absolutely no way. It's ridiculous, bro. Jalen Ramsey is a baby, bro. I'm done. I'm done with Jalen Ramsey.
Like that's what I'm saying, man. Like,
I can't call you the best corner in the league if you let that happen, bro.
And he was interfering with him too. He was holding his wrist while he was trying to catch it. They're not going to run an onside kick. I think they have their timeouts. I think they'll just kick it back to them. Yeah, Ramsey was interfering with them too. That's crazy.
This is ridiculous, bro. There's no way, bro. There's no way. There's no way. There's just no way, bro. I'm done. Nah, bro. Nah. Oh man.
All right, Rams down at the 19-yard line. So Matt Stafford, all he's got to do is not mess it up. First and 10, 3:15 to go. Matt Stafford is trying to go to his first NFC championship. Bruce Arians with the shades. JPP getting the crowd riled up. You know they're going to hand it off to Cam Akers. Hand it off to Cam Akers. Cam Akers breaks a tackle for that. That's 4 yards right there. .303, 302, 301. Clock is winding. The Bucs have no timeouts left. So they're going to have to get a 3 and out here. And they'll have about a minute and change to try to get into the end zone.
I'm about to tag you with something, bro. There's no way, bro. They're already going in with Jalen Ramsey beams, my guy. Here you go. Look at what I just said.
Matt Stafford handing it off to Cam Akers again. Cam Akers right up the middle, fumble the ball, and the Bucs have the ball.
Nah, bro. Nah.
Let's go.
Nah, bro.
The Bucs have the ball. Cam Akers, Mr. Robot Achilles, fumbles the ball.
Nah. Yo. There's just no way. There's no way, bro. There's no way. No way.
Hit him with that sack. Uh-oh. Fumble. All right, let's see what I got tagged now.
Don't have the capacity. We don't have the capacity.
That's awful. He's probably talking about something serious.
Bro. Oh, no, sir, no.
The Bucs are at the 20-yard line. 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go. 2nd and 5. Tom Brady in the shotgun takes the snap. And it looks like it's a false start. Or the Rams call a timeout. He's got to be the sickest man in America. He's got to be the sickest man in America. That's crazy. That's my favorite announcer line of all time.
Listen, all I'm going to say is that when the Bucs win this game, bro, when, not if, this is worse than the Falcons. I'm sorry. We need to stop talking about the Falcons. This is worse than that. This is worse. The 20, I know 28-3. I know 28-3 is a bigger lead, but they had a way better team here, bro. 27-3.
Oh my God, this is hilarious. The rituals are working. Remember, I told you my friend disappeared. He disappeared about 2 hours ago, and he's been doing his rituals.
Yeah. Bro, the amount
That
of
is
fumbles that happen,
crazy.
bro. Bro, how many turnovers do we have on the Rams alone?
They have 4 turnovers today.
We know that we know that the NFL gave Cam Akers a cool 5 million under the table to fumble that ball. We know they gave Jalen Ramsey a cool 20
They gave
million.
him a new Achilles so he could fumble that ball.
we know they gave Jalen Ramsey a cool 20 million under the table so that he could blow one to deep ball coverages. Listen, we know how the NFL works. All right. You want to find out all about it? Go on the dark web, look up NFLleaks.net. All right. And you're going to find all the storylines. Diggy hinted at it. I'm just telling y'all right now. You want to know who's going to win next year's Super Bowl? You'd be surprised. The Detroit Lions are actually winning next year's Super Bowl. Don't ask me how I know. I just know.
You know what's crazy? when I was in the TTC, there was this dude who was I don't know what team he was a fan of, but he said that the Bills and the Lions were going to the Super Bowl that year. And that was when they were literally the worst team. Like, they had EJ Manuel for the Bills at that point. And he said that the Bills and the Lions were going to the Super Bowl. And he went on like a 20-minute rant about how he was from the South and people from the South know football.
Oh my God, not this guy.
I had this person comment on my video and say, yeah, you people from those coastal states, you don't know football.
Okay, bro.
Bucks running the ball, 3rd and 1. See what Byron Leftwich got in his bag. Brady in the shotgun, handing it off to Fournette. Again, Fournette up the middle, down at the 18-yard line. Giselle whipped out that Cam Akers voodoo doll. Brady! Oh, almost threw an interception. That would have been a pick 6. Mike Evans fell down on the route. Mike Evans and Jalen Ramsey fell down on the route.
This is
1:15
trash,
to go,
bro.
2nd and 10.
I can't do it anymore. As a lifelong NFL fan, I will not be renewing my subscription to the NFL Network next year.
All right,
And
Scotty Miller at the
DirecTV
bottom
Game
of the
Pass.
screen. Evans in the slot. Blitz. Brady. Double covered on Evans. No flag. Double coverage.
You know, out of all the chances you had in this entire stream to say, "Look at Brady, so inspirational," you didn't use it the one time you should have, which was the pass to Mike Evans, bro.
All right, 3rd and 10 for the Bucks. 1:10 left. Brady hits Cameron Brate for a 1st down. This dude is going crazy.
This is done, bro. It's done.
Ryan Jensen just tried to do the thing that the Cowboys did with the ball. He just went and tried to place the ball himself. 50 seconds left. Cameron Brate is yelling at Tom Brady. Tom Brady's yelling at Cameron Brate. And now we got a timeout from the Rams.
Oh, the Rams wasting their timeouts. Nice.
Looked like the Rams. It looks like the Bucks were confused, but the Rams wasted. They used their timeout.
That's what I'm saying, man.
They're saying the knee was short. That was a 1st down. I don't care. That was a 1st down, 100%. That looked like a 1st down. There's no way that's a clear 1st down. That is a horrible spot. But Tom Brady is the best quarterback sneaker of all time, so he'll get the 1st down. Yeah, that's a 1st down, man. Like, there's no way that's not a 1st down. Authentic on Twitter says, will the Bucs go for 2 if they score?
They should.
That's a good question.
I think they should, for real.
What's that called? Arian says, no risk it, no biscuit. That'd be a perfect time to risk it. Joe Burrow has won twice as many games in the playoffs in 8 days as Dak Prescott has in the first 6 seasons of his career. Dak only has 1 playoff win. That's crazy. They're still reviewing it, but that looked like a first down to me. Did you see it play yet?
Yeah, I saw it. I'm looking. It depends where the marker is, right? They need to bring out the chains, I guess.
We all know what's coming. if it's a 4th and 1, they're just going to sneak the ball. All right, they're still reviewing it.
Listen, Tom Brady, we all know he's the greatest quarterback of all time, but like, if he does this, you know the amount of memes? You know the amount of memes that are gonna get Yo, Ash, thank you, bro. Ash, go on my Twitter right now, bro, and like both of my last 2 tweets. You gonna see what it is, man. Thank you, Ash. Let me send them to the group chat right now, bro. I'm gonna save you some time.
Using DJ fans' logic, we can't tell if Burrow is good or not until he gets a good online. I know. They're going to quarterback sneak it, but Aaron Donald is right there. They're handing it off to Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette into the
No.
And he got the LSU pad under it. Under it.
Ash, I didn't see you like that thing on Twitter yet, bro.
He's got the LSU pad under it, man. All right. 27-27. It's probably going to be the score. We'll see if they go for 2, though. Hey, wait a second. This is my friend calling me right now.
Put him on speaker.
Wait a second. I'm going to tell him to just get in the stream. Oh, he just popped in the stream. Hey, listen. You can't never say that I didn't put on for Tom Brady. This man always accuses me of being a Tom Brady hater, but I held it down for Tom Brady. Look at Leonard Fournette, man. It's so inspirational. Leonard Fournette.
Shut up, man.
Leonard Fournette, fun fact, is the reason that I'm a LSU fan.
Oh, no, bro. The Rams are done. They look so defeated. They don't even look confident to go back out on the field and even just get a field goal, bro. They look so defeated.
This is the effect of Tom Brady. This is what he does.
I'm telling y'all, when, and it's not if, it's when they complete this comeback, bro, we need to be clowning the Rams harder than we clown the Falcons, because this 27-3 lead, this is a way better Rams team, man. This is a way better Rams team. It's not even
42
close.
seconds left, man. Well, let's see if Sean McVay is really a super genius. All right, back at the end zone. 42 seconds for Matthew Stafford. The most underrated quarterback of all time is what people say. Brady, 217 yards in the second half.
Leonard Fournette, in my opinion, is like a very average regular season quarterback, but this man in the playoffs is a god. Like I said, cornerback, running back. Isn't he like one of the best postseason running backs of all time or something like that? It's
Leonard
crazy.
Fournette?
Yeah.
He's only one of the best because he has Tom Brady. Everybody that plays on the same team as Tom Brady has these historical playoff stats. Oh, no, that's not going to work. Get down to the ground, noob. That's not going to work. Matt Stafford tried to run a quarterback draw, and he got sacked. Why did Matt Stafford try to run a quarterback draw? Yeah, I think the Rams are going to let the clock run out now.
Bro, it's been
35 seconds, 7 and 11, 2nd and 11.
It's just
What?
I would just tag you. Yo. This has been a weekend of blown leads, bro. It's been a weekend of blown leads.
All right. Tyler Higbee. Bunch formation. There's pressure on Stafford. Wide open. Cooper Kupp gets out of bounds. Oh, he didn't get out of bounds. It's 27 seconds left, 28 seconds left. So the Rams need about 20 more yards or 15 more yards to be in field goal range now.
Oh, give me a second. I'm getting a call. Let me see what this is about.
All right. Stafford slings it. Cooper Kupp is wide open. Whoa. Cooper Kupp is wide open down the middle of the field. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Whoever just gave that up needs to be let go immediately. Let go immediately. 4 seconds left. Matthew Stafford just did it. It's all up to hoping that his kicker misses the game-winning field goal. Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford has spoiled one of the greatest postseason comebacks in the history of the NFL.
Hey, man, shut up. Don't jinx it. I don't trust you.
Matt Gay for the win.
He's not going to make it, bro. He's not going to make it.
5, 4, 30-yard field goal. And it's good.
Let's go!
That's a wrap.
I just saw the pass all the way down to the 20. Let's go!
That's the game. It's over.
Suck it, Brady fans. He's not the GOAT. He's a choke artist.
You see what you just did? He's not going to retire. You should have took your L when you had the chance.
I told y'all the Rams was going to send this man packing.
Now you
Told
take
y'all,
it next
bro.
year.
I told y'all the Rams was going to send it packing. I was never worried. I stood solid, bro. The entire game, I was solid. I kept belief in Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp and the Rams, bro.
So basically, the Rams are going to the Super Bowl. Rams are going to the Super Bowl because Tom Brady's talking to Eric Weddle. But yeah, the Rams are definitely not losing to the 49ers. Matt Stafford chewing on his mouthpiece like Steph Curry while he throws the game-winning throw. You'll see that replay eventually where Matt Stafford is chewing on his mouthpiece like Steph Curry.
What a game, and I remain undefeated in my playoff picks, y'all. If y'all need to make some bets, come visit me. Come visit me before you go make a bet on a playoff pick. I know that this was a roller coaster, but I stood solid, all right?
Dang. They showed Brady and Bruce Arians' reaction. Yeah, whoever gave that throw up to Cooper Kupp, they're not going to be on the Bucs next year, 100%. I don't know if that was Carlton Davis or Jamel Dean, but they're not going to be on the Bucs next year. Stafford did it with a count. Yeah, Stafford actually showed up. Now that Brady is out, Joe Burrow's still there, so I guess Stafford is probably my second favorite quarterback in the playoffs now. And Stafford, we trust. When did we start?
Listen, bro. So far, every single one of my NFL playoff picks have been correct. It's just telling me that there's going to be a 49ers Bengals Super Bowl, like I've been saying.
Wow. That was a good game. That was a great game.
That was an amazing game. It went from being a boring game
that
to an
was
amazing
a
game.
great game. Wow. Meanwhile, Justin Herbert pops on my Twitter feed, and he's dunking on people at the Oregon Rec Center. He should be working on making sure he can make the playoffs next year. Yeah, that was definitely one of the best NFL games of all time. They put on a real good match. They put on a real good match. You get me?
Bro, the NFL scripted that perfectly, bro.
Match.
Yeah, Trevor, I'm agreeing with you, bro. They put on the great. Listen, they had Shawn Michaels come in and show them how to write a script, bro.
Remember when you remember Jay Bromley?
Well, who was that? A defensive tackle for us or something?
Remember he ran into Shawn Michaels in the airport? And he was like, I'm your biggest fan. I play for the Giants.
Sound like a kid, bro.
That's crazy.
Oh, man.
That's crazy, man. That was a great game.
I love this. That was a great game for sure. Oh. I'm trying to see who that blown coverage was. That's 31, bro. Whoever 31 of the Bucks is.
I don't know who that is. Yeah, that might be one of the backups that had to go out there because everybody got injured.
Ooh, Cooper Kupp, man. The best receiver in the league, man.
That's insane, man. Who do you have? We both have the Bills winning tonight, right?
Yeah, we both have the Bills win tonight. And after this, I'm gonna stay very solid in my pick, man. I'm not gonna have any doubt. All right. Honestly, the only pick I'm worried about are the two conference championships. I just want a Bengals 49ers win so badly, but it's gonna be tough for both of them.
It's gonna be tough for the Bengals to beat the Bills. I think it'll be easier for them to beat the Bills than the Chiefs because Josh Allen is a little bit more normal than Patrick Mahomes. But Cooper Kupp, 9 receptions, 183 yards and a touchdown. Matthew Stafford, 28 for 38, 366 and 2 touchdowns. It's a good playoff performance. Cooper Kupp really turned up, though.
Some dude just said, please, God, Allah, Zeus, whoever is listening, do not let Tom Brady win. This man breaks everybody, bro.
Why does everybody hate on Tom Brady, man? That's crazy. Eric Weddle really just got a free pass to just make the Super Bowl. Like Eric Weddle, he just got signed so he could make the Super Bowl.
Oh, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
That's Tom Brady's first loss in a divisional round since 2011. That's crazy.
Who did he lose to in 2011? The Steelers?
Maybe. 2011. Let's see. What? 2011, he was in the Super Bowl. Did they mean 2010?
I mean, it would be the 2011 playoffs. Because 2011 playoffs for the 2010 season, yeah.
So 2010, yeah, it's probably the Steelers. Yeah, Tom will be back. 100. I don't think Tom Brady's going to go out without winning another Super Bowl. At this point, he's going to win another Super Bowl and retire, or he's just going to just retire after somebody hits him and he can't get back up. The Niners aren't beating the Rams, though. That's not going to happen. The Rams tried their hardest to go home today, and since they didn't, they're about to win a Super Bowl or go to the Super Bowl.
Oh, hold up. Let's cause this next game about to start soon, right? So let's hop off. I'm assuming Ash is gonna get his thing started soon. I hope. But I need to take a break anyway before I go to the next one. Shout out to Diggy for having me on, man. Shout out to all y'all in here. Yeah, that too, man. This was a great game, bro. And I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Catch y'all.